Girl, now that's a picture.
Ain't that pretty?
Who is that one in the middle?
Girl, she fine, honey.
Are y'all live?
Yes, we are live.
Oh, we
It should
live?
be.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I was just trying to see what y'all were.
Do we see
I
us?
love
Are
that
we
picture.
live, people? Tell us.
Yeah.
That's a picture day.
We looking good in that picture. I hope y'all like our new picture that Callie made for us. We have a few of them that I put up in between our segments so you can kind of see where we're going and give you a guide of what's going on. And we look beautiful. But I mean, what do you expect? Look at us, girls. Look at us.
I love that picture.
So how was everybody's week? You were on vacation, Joy, right?
Yes, I was on vacation. I bought a car last week.
Oh.
Patience, because I still don't have it yet. I bought a car on Vroom.
Okay.
So let's give me another week to see how the process is. Right now,
you have to tell the people about that. I've heard of like Carvana, like that. Is it kind of like that, or
it is? I think Carvana is the place that has like the slot machines, though, or not slot machines.
It's like it's like a vending machine looking thing. Yeah. Like it really is. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have a vending. Different places have. We don't have one of those in St. Louis.
Okay.
But I know that it's one in Missouri somewhere because I ended up finding out that my cousin just took a job at Carvana.
Oh, you probably could have got a discount.
I didn't even know until afterwards, but hopefully hit me up next week.
Okay, so you'll let us know. How about you, Callie? Did you have a good one?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm technically spring break is next week. We'll be hitting the highway. Tuesday.
Yeah, spring break's next week for us too. I don't have any plans though. My daughter is doing distance learning and she kind of slacking, y'all, so she kind of catching up. So we ain't doing nothing because I'm mad at her. But I'm like, girl, I'm taking away your PlayStation, your phone,
Was she slacking up on the work, you mean?
Yeah, she's behind, y'all. She's so behind.
Yeah. No, I told my daughter the same thing. I said, if everything's not done, we're not leaving Tuesday to go anywhere. So she's been on it though.
They gonna get on it. So let's get into a lot because so much is going on, y'all. I just can't understand. Like reality TV is on and popping. So tell me what you all think about Bell Collective. I mean, it was the second part of the reunion, the final reunion piece. So what did you think about it?
It was just, I just
was
think
a lot.
We left with too many questions. I mean, I think the shocker is the very last thing they talked about, which was, for me anyway, which was Antoinette flirting with these husbands.
I know.
I just thought that was crazy. I can't.
So do you really think
that was crazy.
She flirted with this woman's husband, or is it because
I do not.
Or is it because he's been, this man has another baby, right? Wasn't that what came out of
it?
That?
It wasn't clear. There is
it wasn't clear.
It wasn't clear.
Their relationship wasn't clear. Essie's relationship wasn't clear. That was just a crazy part of the show.
Yeah. People said that they did a terrible editing job.
Yeah, because it went so good the first one, Yeah.
But it was a couple of things that really kind of stood out to me that bothered me. And it was with the K-line and going to the blogger thing.
That was crazy.
Because this is a woman who had an argument with another woman whom she didn't know.
Right.
So let's be clear here. These are people that truly weren't friends.
They were not friends. None of them. They
were associates. And in the process of filming, kind of became friends and formed alliances. But let's be crystal clear. These people did not have a history other than you could tell the DJ and Letitia had a relationship, but I wasn't even sure how long the relationship between Letitia and Marie was.
I wasn't. So did anybody watch the thing with Richie Scott and Latrice?
I don't watch Richie
He
Scott.
is
I
so
watched a
boring to
few
me, but
minutes
I
of it.
mean, like, I don't know. But
I don't like watching one man woman shows when they are truly biased. It's hard for me to get an objective view of what's going
yeah.
on.
Well,
When
from
you
what?
one of the things I like about us is we're on different angles.
Oh
So
yeah,
you can watch we can watch our blog and come across and say, hey, I agree with Montanique, or I
right.
agree with Callie, or I agree with Joy, but we're not giving
Well,
a one view of what we're watching.
That's true. We
I
all
will
think
say
different.
though,
Those blogs.
I don't get the feeling that he's biased for
What?
Latrice.
Oh, this one
I
I
thought it
don't
was,
think he was. He was confused.
no,
like we
I thought
are.
it was quite the opposite. And
Because
I think,
it
well,
was
in my
like,
opinion,
because nobody really knew about this blogger. You know that, right? Until
Correct.
the reunion. So I feel like if Marie
Mhm.
wouldn't even have brought the blogger up, nobody would have known about
No,
the blogger. So and
no.
even Latrice
But
said
this information had already been out there because I
and
had read.
and
I
in the
think
interview,
one thing
Latrice was
I
like,
did
he talked about everybody in that blog, the first one, except Antoinette, because she was a doctor and she felt like he just didn't want to talk about her. The only person who went and interacted with him and made him keep going was Marie. And because she did that, he stayed on her. So, because she said they had a group chat. She said they shot the pilot and that they didn't film for a while. And she said her and Marie were friends. And then when the show started filming, that she said she had gave her the hair already and everything. They had sat down, they were friends. They didn't even know they were picked up yet. She said she didn't know Marie was a cast member when this all happened until they started fighting.
who, Letitia?
Yeah. Then she
Oh.
said Latrice, is that her name?
Latrice
When
and Marie.
filming, Hairgate came back up and she's like, but I
okay.
gave her the hair. Like we were friends. We were in a group chat. We were all
Okay.
friends. So
Okay.
I think Marie knew that she needed to put some drama in it. And I think that it was a big part of it. What did you think about? And she said the reunion was filmed in January and we're just now seeing it.
Oh wow.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
so I
early.
think because I was
That was
confused about
before or when the show had first got started then.
Yeah, she said that's when they filmed it.
Maybe that's why it's so off.
That's why I think it is off.
Because
Why didn't they make it
confused.
clear? They had time. We could have had a few more minutes to get some
the show didn't
clarity.
even start until January the 15th. I don't know why that date sticks out, but I remember that date. Don't y'all remember that date?
Yeah, I remember. That's
When
we
was it
first
recorded?
started. That's when
When
we
was it
first
recorded
started.
though?
I think they had to record that over the summer.
She said they
because
started
were
recording in 2019, the pilot. She did not say when they did the show. But I
But
know
they
the pilot
filmed
was
in the summertime. It was
Yeah.
obvious.
So she said they
summer.
found out they were picked up. They shot a pilot. That's when they had their little interaction, was at the pilot. They were picked up. She said they had all made up. They were like, if we get picked up, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then they fell out. So I don't know. What do y'all think about? Is it Cedric?
The husband?
The one that says SC is really Marie's
Yeah, Marie's.
why would he get up? If you were sitting beside your wife.
I think he was pretty clear. First of all, it's not his wife.
That's not his wife.
I think he was pretty clear that he has had a problem with their bond.
Yeah.
And I think you all picked that up early on, that even when he was having issues with the son?
The son.
I didn't understand why she was there.
Why was she there?
Because she's too much. She's not just your business partner. She your friend. Now she like a family friend because she in the kids' business. I do not think they're having any.
I think they're more like sisters. Now after
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of us don't always have those friendships, and you can't understand those bonds.
No,
I don't have friends that close. But I do remember being very single before I got married and having girlfriends that close that was spending, because I can remember me being the only one of my friends who had my own apartment, and everybody would be spending the night over my house because I had an extra bedroom. Almost every weekend, somebody was spending the night with me.
I have some of the closest girlfriends people could have, and I've never ever been, no one's even questioned that they were anything more than my family girlfriend type thing, not no marriage. I think they should have cleared that up or not been so quick to lead
I
us
didn't
on.
understand why that wasn't clear either.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then another thing that made me think, I mean, I know you like Marie, but Marie is a little fraudulent.
She
because
is
they were not
beyond
married.
fraudulent.
And he was probably not living there really. They
Right,
were
so why
not
did they
married.
play all that
They
up
did
all
not get a
season?
divorce. They had not been married, but she made it seem like they were still married.
No, she said that, well, not on the show, but
In the reunion she did.
Yeah, she said that they got married, they got a divorce, and they got back together with the intent to marry. And it didn't,
I'm gonna knock these people
work
out.
out.
I think she tried to make it seem like they were still married and he was still supposed to be there. I think that they have really kind of separated. And I can see you wanting that narrative.
Can I interrupt real quick?
That she tried to necessarily do because it wasn't played up it wasn't really played up.
Joy, she said he was cheating on her. He wasn't coming home. He had a whole
Well, she didn't say that he was currently cheating. She said in the past.
But he didn't live there no more. He did not live there.
They played it up. I just feel like we got robbed of the real facts with that. They played it up.
Yeah. And that's fine. People do that on reality TV. She won't be the first, she won't be the last. You know what I mean? But I do feel like she played that up. So do you think Antoinette flirted with Glenn? Who believes it?
No, Antoinette ain't flirted with. First of all, now I understand that the towboater and his candy yams and everybody wants to be on his little, no. Antoinette has not flirted with that little man. No, that's silly. No, she's probably being polite, sweet self. She smiles a lot because she's showing off her teeth. That's how she makes her money. Yeah. And of course, she's going to go and do whatever she can do to please those people that were there at her little opening, her soft opening. If that means handing you a, what do you say, Jack Daniels or whatever it is, then she's going to be sweet and polite to do that. Does that mean she's flirting with that man who is shorter than her? No. They need to really stop. No.
I don't think she flirted with him, but I do think that Latrice, because he has cheated on her before, sometimes when you've been cheated on, you kind of see things in this skewed way.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But then, okay, so I want to ask y'all this. So say you thought somebody flirted with your husband and you talking to them 5 minutes later, which I don't know if it was because of the way it was edited. Would you say, now let's all get together and work on this project? Did you think that was weird?
Well, I think that Letitia's at that moment, I know she has lots of support now, but she was probably a little eager to take on any support she was going to get for that project.
So even if this woman flirted with your husband, you still want to work with her.
But if at that moment she's thinking in her mind, is this little girl flirting? I'm going to get her money, but then I'm going to ask her about it later. That's,
well, let me say this. Something happened because she was very apologetic, not just at the reunion.
She handed him a drink.
She called to apologize. So something, and you're right, it could have been a situation where she had a little nervous, whatever, and you stay with a particular person that you may not even seen that often too long, and it may have come across that way. But I don't think that this was a situation that they saw. I think this is what he told his wife. Because
I thought she said she saw them.
I'm just kind of assuming things.
It could have been.
But she admitted that she had called him. So the apology has already come and gone before the reunion. And then she apologized again at the reunion, which tells me that there was some kind of perception from somewhere.
Yeah, it was.
So this wasn't anything. In other words, this isn't just in Letitia's head.
I really wish this was a 3-part reunion. I feel like
it's in Letitia's head.
It's in her
head. And if he has a baby, I get it. I'm sorry.
Why apologize twice?
Because she knows her attitude is bubbly, smiling, showing off her teeth, being as friendly as she can to a male person. She likes men, but Letitia has reason to think that her husband might be doing something else because he's already proven
No. I think you're missing. No. Callie, I think you're missing a point. I'm not saying that she actually flirted. Sometimes we do things and how it looks is just inappropriate. I'm not saying, first of all, no disrespect to the guy, he's not a looker. He's not
No,
ugly.
he's a
Her
husband.
Not
ex-husband is
unattractive,
cute.
but
Yeah,
this
he
is
ain't
some
that.
guy
Yeah.
that you're like, woo. So that's not the issue. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is sometimes we do things that we're not even conscious of, and the perception just looks bad.
Yes, because
Right.
I'm like
That's
that.
all
I
that I'm
think sometimes
saying.
I can come
I
across as
personally
flirty.
can't see her flirting with him.
Yeah,
Well,
I
no,
don't
me
think
either.
so.
But that's what I was
Something
explaining,
happened.
though. I
Something
believe
happened.
that there was the perception based on how she normally acts. She's a bubbly girl.
Mhm.
She's being nice if you at her opening. I think it's her attitude. She is that type of bubbly person. And I think Tisha has reason to question it, but she questioned it on the wrong person, in my opinion. Antoinette does not want that little man.
No, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah, that she don't want her.
I think it's her overall, it's how she is.
I
Her
think
or overall.
Do y'all think that they're going to have a second season?
I will say this. They're starting like at 3. I don't know how you mend fences. When I watched that, I didn't see that. It looks like watching that show based off of that blogger information, because to me that came way too early.
Yeah.
This is something that you do season 4, 3,
That
4.
is true.
They coming in season 1 real ugly. So moving forward, I already know I can't trust the right side of that couch.
Yeah.
Because they have already made clear that they're going to be dirty.
Well, I think you may need to watch the interview thing. But I do think that Kaylon trying to get on this show. Teresa and her husband cussed her out. She said they still friends though for going to that blogger though. She said even Cliff cussed Kaylon out to her and told that she shouldn't have done it. I think Kaylon trying to get on the show. Now will Carlos bring her on the show? I don't know.
Well, not you. If you friends with somebody that I don't even like I wouldn't even want to be around a person that preemptively thinks because me and you fell out. We're not friends. Me and you had an argument at an event, and you and I had an argument. So I'm finna go get dirt on you and go talk to a blogger. You trying to give pre-information, and y'all notice nothing came out about Kaylin, Latrice, Antoinette, and nor did they bring up anything even at the reunion.
It's called being prepared.
That's devil.
She said that there was a lot of bullying behind the scenes. Now we don't know what happened. I don't feel like they showed stuff on the show
like that.
Okay,
I don't feel like they showed stuff. Now I don't think she should have went to the blogger. Here's something else
you have to consider. You have to consider this. Kaylon is hearing already that Maria is a bully based on how Maria treated Latrice at the first brunch. Now here
and some of that unseen footage
we are
too.
at another brunch with this same Marie, the bully, and her attitude coming at her in a whole different way. So Kaylon is thinking in her mind, well, heck, I heard about how rude she was at the first brunch. Here she is proving to me she's doing the same thing again. So Kaylon being scared of her for whatever her reason is, she's going back to ammunition herself all up.
That's not
so that if Maria comes to her, she's gonna go and protect herself.
I think that she did go too far though.
Agree to disagree on this.
Yeah,
because
she went too far.
This isn't a situation where me and you are we clowning for reality TV because cameras on. Marie, we could call her the biggest ASS. The biggest bully, the biggest whatever word you want to put on there, female dog, whatever. It's totally different than going to a blogger, telling a blogger, this girl is stealing federal money.
That's a
totally different thing. And I don't have that kind of mindset to even understand a person like that. I don't even want to have that.
So that's a pretty big accusation.
That is.
So are you just going to go out and say something like that if you have no reason whatsoever to believe there's any truth behind it?
Let's be clear. I already knew we had this conversation early on with the kind of work that Marie did. I said it's very similar to what my family does. Remember we talked about that? These are people that have to write contracts. She's not the type of person that produces money like a store. She has to write a contract which for 1, 3, 5 years, however. The federal government has to come in and they audit her books. either annually or biannually.
Mhm.
They do
That's
ours
their
annually, so
law.
I'm sure it's
This
annually.
girl, and that's why Marie said, when you're putting stuff out there, make sure it's certified because that's slander.
Now, I don't agree with Egypt though when she said people don't go on reality TV doing dirt, because Teresa
They do
and
it
her
all the
husband
time.
did,
Oh, they do it all
Apollo.
the time.
Yeah,
Apollo
people do that
and-
all the time.
But
I
you're
don't
talking about
think
the
that
federal
Marie.
government. So now all
Yeah.
you have to do is make a phone call or whatever, a blogger, whatever, a little anxious person that sit behind their desk typing.
Typing all day.
Make a phone call. Federal government, they're gonna audit her.
They probably have audited her from
They
this.
probably
I'm sure.
already has.
Mhm.
You that is beyond you. It's not I want to beat you. You would that's a difference. You're trying to ruin somebody.
Yeah,
But
I think that
if
was
she's
deep.
doing right, she's covered. It's just like she said, she's covered. I would not, people like that, I don't even want in my circle. Period. I would never film with her moving forward.
I don't know. I
I
do
would
think she
never-
took it too
You would
far.
never catch me having a conversation with her. I wouldn't even say hi to her. She'd walk in the room and I would walk out. It's just 30 people.
Because I do agree, Joe. That was a big revelation. And it was, I don't know. I don't think they can sue each other, but I think that was kind of grounded.
You should definitely be able to sue somebody if there's no truth to what Kaylin is saying. You sue her for
But I don't think
defamation.
but I don't know
all
if she
day
was a
long.
castmate or if she signed something or they signed
Yeah,
something.
I don't know what kind of contract
Yeah.
Carlos put together. I'm assuming he knows how to put a contract together because he came in one under Housewives.
Yeah, he
But
came under
you
Real
put that
Housewives.
on, you may not can sue them while you are a castmate. Now,
Yeah.
once you
And
leave,
Kaylin's not a castmate.
She's a friend,
well,
maybe.
it don't matter.
Sure.
You can sign it because that's the reason why Jamal Mr. Bryant couldn't sue.
Yeah.
Monique, because
Yep.
once you sign that waiver,
They signed it. And he wasn't a castmate. They can't sue each other. Yeah. But I think another thing she tried to say was she stole. You remember when they sent that PPP money to all those small businesses?
Mm-hmm.
I think she was trying to say
she did. Marie
that
said
money too.
that's in the blog. She said that's in the blogs, and I'm still PPP. And I already know the government went after us quickly because they went after reality TV folks because if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop,
I don't watch that.
No, but
The
I've
guy
heard about the guys that are in
married
trouble.
to Carly Red.
Mhm.
They was married for a hot minute. Girl, he took that PP money. He is locked up for that.
Yes.
They said Chris, I guess we can go on to Married at First Sight. They said that, he bought that new car. They said he bought that with that PPP money, that 6-figure
What was
car.
that, an Audi?
An Audi, yeah.
Oh, the government is not playing about that. Because they gave it out too quick, too easy.
See, this is him with his 6-figure.
Is that the Mercedes? It's
an Audi RS8. I don't know anything about those. I mean, I have a luxury car, but it ain't 6 figures. It's close. But I don't know. I mean, you can get them off the lot all day.
Does he own a house?
His is an RS7. Now that I'm looking at it.
I mean, do we know anybody? I don't watch it enough to care, I guess, but does he own a house or did he really take that money to get a car over a house?
They said $69,000. A 2021.
But that's not 6 figures. That's my car cost that.
$69,000.
Yeah, that's not 6 figures. I mean, so he can. That's not that bad. I mean, I have
that is literally the cost of our first home.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean
$69,000.
Yeah.
Compared to what, like the guy from Love and Hip Hop, what he did with his money, and what was it, $300,000 or something like that? He's in jail.
No, he got millions, but he paid off all his child support.
No, girl.
He paid off. He did. Went to the strip club and spent some money, but I know he paid off his child support. He did pay off bills, but they were personal.
Okay.
He
not business wise, because they were supposed to pay like your employee salaries or their wages and stuff like that. Okay, so what did y'all think about Married at First Sight? Did y'all watch it?
No. I think that Paige, something is going on because Mercedes tweeted this week or Instagram. I don't know what she did,
What?
but it popped up on one of the things she posted. Wife does sound better than girlfriend, but single sounds better than stupid.
Amen.
So
Mercedes?
that Mercedes posted that this week. So you kind of get the impression that they're still messing around a little bit. And you also get to see this week, I believe, one of the things that they started doing this last season at the midpoint, because they're at the midpoint.
Yeah.
Asking them, do you want to divorce at this point and keep on with this process?
Because they had their first, 30 days kind of, what do you call it? Anniversary.
Yes.
And but Paige was by herself on hers.
No, she wasn't.
Did he show up?
Yeah, he showed up. To my understanding, they told them he's trying to continue the process. She's trying to not. No, no, the judges aren't buying it. So, in other words, this is to my understanding. The earlier seasons, women didn't, or people didn't have the opportunity to leave at the midpoint.
Okay.
So they had to go to the end in order to be hurt financially. Because remember, I was telling you a couple of seasons ago, this girl tried to quit and they told her they would fine her $50,000. Yeah, that was when the process may not even been 8 weeks.
So now in this one, so in this one, wasn't they playing pool? And he told her that she just trying to be with him on camera. Did you believe that?
That was very interesting to me because that told me a lot about her.
Right.
I was actually surprised because I would have thought it would be him that's just trying to get to know him off camera. Right. And it looks like it's actually her that knows I ain't finna be with you, but I want this money at the end. So I'm just gonna fit. That was interesting to me.
That was so interesting. That
I don't even know how to respond to that, to be honest, because that surprised me about Paige.
Me too.
Maybe she is not as stupid.
Do you believe that? She didn't deny it.
No,
I mean, but did y'all say it's only like $10,000?
I don't know.
5 or 10, I think I heard.
I did hear that it wasn't that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she would do that.
I want to say it's 50, but I think it's by couple. I think
so you think they split 50,000?
Yeah, and it might be a situation now that they get so much if they make it to the halfway point, and they get so much when they make it at the end. I don't know because the situation has changed. This is only the second season, the second or maybe the third season that they have gone this long and they've done this midpoint. They're trying to do something similar. If y'all watch Married at First Sight with Australia,
I watched it.
Done different.
Theirs is good.
It's very good.
Ooh,
I wish that we would adopt some of their practices. I like their weekly dinners.
They all get together. I mean,
yeah, their weekly dinners.
And they will say, I don't think you're treating her right. The one I watched anyway. Yeah. Everybody was like, you being mean. I mean, it was.
Yeah. They get in your business.
They do.
But one of the things that they have adopted that I like is, back in the day, they had to find their own place wherever. Now they find their own place, furnish it and everything in the same building. That's how they had been doing it on Australia.
Okay.
It wasn't like that, like the first, because I watched Australia's like first 2 seasons, and then I couldn't find it anymore.
I think it's on Hulu.
That's Australia's on.
I watched
because Australia's is actually really good.
Well,
they have a different approach to it, more personable one, and one where I think it's more support.
It is more support. I don't feel like do you think that the people come around enough, the experts? I don't feel like they interact. No. And it could be due to COVID. Did they interact more on the
No, they interacted very similarly, like because the experts don't live there.
Oh.
I think Reverend Kyle lives in
Atlanta.
This is just I don't know that for a fact. He's always been more personable than all of them. But to me, the better person isn't the sex therapist, but the older lady. That's the one that all of them love. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, if you talk to people that are still together, that's who they want. Because Dr. Pepper is the only original one. The other two original people aren't there anymore. You know, one of the original sex therapists married one of the contestants.
I heard married one of the people. I heard about that. She married one of the people.
She married
oh my goodness.
So, okay, so let's talk about each couple real quick and then we'll move on because we got like maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. So do you think Bree and Vincent are still doing good? I feel like they're doing better.
Yes, they're doing good. They're the only one that I see lasting for the long haul. Now, because I think Vincent really
he digs her,
likes her.
He likes her a lot.
I always say any man that likes his woman more than she likes him or appears that way, it's gonna last.
He loves her.
Because he's gonna do right by her. What do you think about
the one that won't have sex? They seem like they love each other.
I think he really likes her, but he's so confusing to me. He may be the kind of guy that really does want to make sure that he's really with this girl before he takes it to that level. I would hope, because he seems like a pretty legit guy.
He does. What about that's just my opinion. The other girl?
That relationship is so weird to me because he's possessive and she's immature. I have no idea how those two were even possibly linked, because that dude is crazy. I mean, I got to text you when I go out of town every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Are you kidding me?
That was crazy.
That's insane.
And I can't remember. Are we missing a couple? Oh, the weirdo, the 80s guy.
That was a mix. They shouldn't have gotten him. That was a quirky dude.
And you know what he told her? He said, "You don't like me," and I'm tired. He's
insecure too. He's very insecure, because that's a turnoff for a man.
Yeah,
I mean, for a woman. A woman wants a guy that feels like, I'm worth it. I'm worth something. You just like, you don't like me.
Yeah, he's just like, you don't like me when I try to hug. But just think, Judge, when somebody try to hug you and they go, what you gonna get?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I definitely wouldn't hug him, but I know how he feels, but he's a guy that says that out loud. I don't know how I would deal with that. I mean, because what's crazy is when you care about somebody, you would reassure them. When you don't care about them, you're gonna let them continue to feel that way. And that's what she continues to do. She doesn't like him enough to say, no, that's not true.
He didn't even deny it either.
He doesn't deny it. So that's why I said a guy to say something like that and has said it more than once, it's a wrap.
It's just
but he doesn't know how to go with the flow. He wants to be a couple so bad. He does. That's the problem. He just wants
her. And it's been 30 days. Give the girl some time. Like, I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna make it but the two that you Bree and Vince. And Claire and Ryan, I think they may be the second, maybe.
But she has so much invested in sex that it's
like bad. She just, and I feel like she just uses sex. And she don't even love the people she's had sex with before in the past. Right. Like she's, right. I don't understand women like that.
And I get that. I get that sex is a part of, it's a part of intimacy. And if the sex is good, it'll make it better. But if it's not good, she's going to be disappointed.
She's gonna be let all the way down because she's
going to be disappointed.
She's the type that moves a little fast. So I'm kind of happy he's moving slow with her. She needs somebody who's gonna move slow with her. He does need to move slow with her. She just gives it up, honey. But oh well, that's her stuff. Like, So let's go to Married to Medicine. I didn't watch it.
It's not good.
It's really not.
It's not good.
It
seemed like at this point, for one, they had this dinner at the new girl's house.
Right.
And they had, I can't remember the name of I don't know if it was considered a holiday or ritual. They had some kind of event that was religious related.
Oh, so they let her do her stuff. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Right. So her mother-in-law came in town. Now, her husband is a doctor. So he comes home from work and he has a ritual, and so he wasn't pleased that his house wasn't in order when he got there. Because, you know,
and I like to see that from the couples, their different backgrounds, and really try to see what they appreciate and not appreciate. So I get it for him.
Yeah. So yeah, they had this event, and while they were at this event, she invited all the girls. And when she gets there, Toya and Dr. Contessa, as they call her, get into it. And admittedly, Toya kind of kicked it off, but Contessa just went on and on and on and acted a complete behind. And the girls' mother got up and tried to calm the situation. Now, she's not from our culture.
Right.
So this is a woman that touched her arm. She wasn't aggressive with her, but she touched her arm. She was trying to calm down, trying to get her to sit down. They cussing across the table. But I will say this. Yeah, Toya shut up at some point. Contessa kind of went on and on and on, to the point where it was so disrespectful.
She's just rude.
And just the lady was trying to calm her down and sit her down, but she started cussing. It was just bad.
Yeah.
I
couldn't believe she threw that napkin down on her.
I saw that on like the commercial. You know how they show a commercial? She threw it on that lady.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, she's out of control.
I was actually surprised that Contessa did that, because that, you know, I would have kind of expected that from Toya.
Yeah.
Because that's
if you think about it, I can see that from Toya. I couldn't believe she did that though, but I will say there's something about the fact that she went into that knowing she was going to try and make these two people talk. Sometimes people have got to stay out of other people's relationship, period. Because that's a bad thing that she did. And but she was very polite when Contessa threw that little napkin at her, because she might have met my butter knife.
Contessa's kind of aggressive sometimes.
Yeah, she's very aggressive. She's militant, and that's not all militant people are aggressive, but she does not turn off. She's just ready all the time.
Now, what's going on with Quad and Toya? Where Toya said something and then Quad
apparently
borrow and steal.
So apparently Quad went over. Oh yeah, that was a mess. Quad went over Heavenly House, and I actually remember that live that they're arguing about. The live that when Toya was talking to what's her name, Eugene, and what's her name, the other Simone.
And Simone. And I watched that live.
Oh my God,
the live was about the live really was about the fact that Mariah didn't get a contract. I remember that, and they were talking about, they were all pretty ticked off that she wasn't coming back, and they were talking very openly about it. Well, they got to talking about Quad, because Quad wasn't offered a full contract either, and at that time had not signed a contract. So in the middle of that contract, she said something about Quad, this is Toya, not filming with anybody but Heavenly in her house, sitting up there only talking to each other, that she wasn't filming with everybody. I remember that live.
And Toya said, and it's crazy how people who don't even show their real lives is coming and not sure. That's when she said she only films with certain people. What she wants to show, while all of us are showing you everything. And Toya was drunk though. I'm gonna say that she was drunk. But she was telling the truth of how.
But I remember that live because I watched.
I do too. It was good.
It was
even
good.
Cecil got in on it, which I don't know.
Cecil popped.
He was agreeing.
What was up with that though? I was surprised to see that.
I think Cecil just was drunk too.
Cecil become a part of it. Why was he in it?
All the husbands were there too.
Yeah, I just think I think they were talking specifically. The premise of it was about Mariah.
They were.
I'm telling you, the premises about it was Mariah, because this was like a day or two after Mariah had filmed herself going to the mailbox. Open the mailbox.
I remember
that. So it to put it in context, it was right when the season had started filming.
Yes.
And Mariah, in other words, Mariah was letting everybody know she wasn't in the show. And to also kind of put this on, Nene didn't decide not to come back.
Yes.
So that's how they ended up. I don't know if they teamed up because they got the same lawyer.
Yeah.
And to sue Bravo. So just to kind of put things in context, that this was at that time.
Okay.
So that was around October or something. End of September or October. So anyway, just to get back, what really happened was when what's her name? Heavenly showed Quad the clip of Toya talking about her, and then she was like, she begged, borrowed, and stole to get that house.
Mhm.
I know.
The only thing I'm not gonna argue, I don't know about, because this is my thing. Everybody acts like, well, I do agree that Toya seems to place value on things and being the Joneses. She ain't trying to meet the Joneses. She wants to be the Joneses.
She want to exceed the
Yeah.
Joneses.
Yeah,
She don't want to
I
meet
will
them. She
admit
wanna
that.
exceed.
But let's be clear. While we don't see her having a job, Bravo pays her very well.
She gets paid well.
So even if she's on a lower end of payment, she's still getting $600,000 or $700,000 a season.
Yeah.
Which could either be more than what
Probably
Eugene
more.
makes.
Eugene got in on it. Eugene did a tweet saying, at least we got a house. You just renting and you got $2. I mean, like,
did he say that? Okay,
yes.
Dr. Eugene.
Yes, he
Because he placed her in there. So it ain't like Toya going to buy these houses by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
And then I will admit that probably one of the reasons why they had so many problems with their taxes was probably due to Toya.
It was.
Yeah. Because Toya probably gets a check, whether or not taxes is taken out, whether or not she's doing events. That's a whole nother complication of taxes. I'm sure that's the reason why Robin has some issues on Potomac. There's income. You have to include everything. When you go into these little events and they paying you $5,000 to show up, you have to pay taxes.
They need to get an accountant, actually. Or something to do that. They have different.
And Robin admit that she did her own.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get
Lord
an accountant.
knows she
I don't think Toya
that.
turned everything into hers. I think they do have one. But I think Robin she don't need to do her own. You cannot, once you get to that level, you cannot do your own.
Right.
You just
can't.
can't.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that there is, look, it's a learning lesson. I ain't faulting them because I'm be honest, sometimes when you've been in a situation that Robin has been in, you're trying to keep your money as close as possible because you don't want anybody to try to rob you again.
Right.
So I get it. And this is new, this was new for Robin and for Toya and Eugene.
It is, yeah.
When you come into that kind of money, he may have been making $500,000 himself. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And then here she come in making $500,000.
Now they millionaires.
Now they millionaires. So they have to do things differently.
You just got to.
That's just life. So I don't knock them. And
well, I don't watch
the problem was they were able to pay it within a year.
Yeah. Yeah. And Toya said that the reason she was selling her house, I don't know if they sold it, was because her neighbors were selling them for
made a big
2,
profit.
3 more million more. And she was like, shoot, let me get on this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make millions of dollars more. Now I don't know if they end up.
She said she hasn't gotten an offer like that.
But I don't think, I think people finally were like, we're not doing this anymore. But I don't watch it because I feel like they did Mariah wrong. So I'm showing y'all Mariah on the beach. She's at the beach while they filming. She says she's happy.
I thought that was Toya.
That's
She's
Mariah.
Cute. Yeah. Hey, Mariah.
She's at the beach.
Do you guys ever hear about her lawsuit? What's going on with that? Does anybody know?
I haven't. I haven't heard any up. But Mariah is a little bit different than Nene. I see Nene then slow down a little bit, and I'm glad. Yeah. You have to step back. You have to move like a business. One of the worst things Nene ever could have did was do those lives and crying and talking about Bravo.
I agree.
Bravo. Mariah didn't do all that.
I agree.
You have to move in silence. What the blogs report is what they report. They ain't got nothing to do with you.
Even if you do feed some to the blogs like Kaylee, don't let them know it came from you, Nene.
Right.
Okay. Right. All right. So let's see what we got next. Anything else happen? I don't watch that. I feel bad.
What?
Married to Medicine.
I don't watch anything else from them.
Mm-mm.
All right, so let's go to New Jersey.
Jersey is like,
I ain't with Jersey, girl. I can't.
woo. Yeah, but all I have to say is Jersey.
What in the hell happened? Did you watch it, Callie?
Just right before the call, because somebody was talking about how funny the ending was. I'm like, okay, let me go and watch real quick. Yeah, so I saw
The
most
whole
of it.
show.
Teresa, boy, all I keep saying is Teresa,
Yeah.
she need a friend like me because I would have lit into Jackie. When she said, where did you learn your mannerisms?
I
From
loved it.
jail?
I'm sorry.
You know what I would have
I
said?
mean, who
Is
says
where your
that? I
daddy
love
learned
it.
them? Look, I
But
would
you know what? She
your
probably would have said, yeah.
Yeah.
But
maybe we
Joy, you
learned
cannot
I
say,
learned the same lesson your daddy did.
Joy, you can, but but I'm gonna say this. We are not responsible for what our parents do. So even if my dad did go to jail, I'm not responsible for what my daddy done.
Okay,
He
look,
didn't. I have a great daddy. He didn't.
Clear.
But
With
I don't,
everybody on this, everybody that has ever watched 3 episodes of the Jersey Housewives, no doggone well, Teresa ain't do their taxes.
oh no, she's
yeah.
another one that kind of
All she
didn't
did
do
was
right.
sign her thing. She's in jail because she
was,
trusted her husband.
I wonder why they don't have
their
accountants and
accountant.
stuff.
Because everybody knows Teresa ain't did they taxes.
She's another
So
one.
I'm a little concerned to hear that she's even going into the adult toy business.
Why
with
is she
him.
doing something else with Joe?
I would be really scared to do that. But she said
I think Teresa is the type. When Joe walked away from when Joe walked away and gave her everything and signed everything over, and he has decided to open up a business, in her mind, she was like, this is for our children.
Right.
That's what she
I
said.
Respect that.
And let him do it on his own.
And I respect Joe because that surprised me because I was sure thinking I agreed with both Joe Gorga and her friend when they said that Joe gonna take some money from her. He walked away with nothing.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
But she said she paid all of the court fees and stuff.
All
that
of his
he
debt.
walked away with nothing.
So he walked away with nothing. Excuse me. But she paid off all of his debt,
all their fees.
billions of dollars. I mean, so he walked away with a whole lot because he has a fresh start on everything. And so whatever money he's putting into this little adult toy business, I think her stepping in to help out with that, she's going to end up coming off a whole lot more money than she's even realizing, and will be okay with it if she thinks it's for the kids.
So Joy, do you think that Teresa really was poking, honestly?
Oh yeah. You talking about Jackie?
Teresa, she was poking. Jackie was like, I just don't want to.
I said, look.
No, I'm asking.
Definitely poking. But let me be clear, this ain't over. Oh, I wish I could talk to Teresa.
Oh my God.
Somebody needs to. I just feel like, why does Teresa run every time? Is it because she thinks she's gonna get?
I mean, that is a good line, though.
I thought it was great. I clutched my pearls. I was like, because you know what, Teresa did all that to her, and in one sentence, she blew Teresa's dang on mind.
Yeah.
Teresa got to get better with the comeback.
Well, I think she runs because she's not good with the quick comebacks like that. So she's like,
yeah, she ain't good with the quick. But
that's what it is.
I can tell y'all one thing. Mark Joy's word on it. She won't be back next season.
I don't think
she won't be back. I agree with you.
No, because
I agree.
Andy likes Teresa, and I've noticed that Jacqueline left. If Teresa don't like somebody, they ain't coming back. You guys, and that's why I feel like some of them girls scared of her because they don't call her on stuff because they scared to get on her bad side. Which I don't think Teresa should have that much power. I feel like no one should have that much power that you're afraid to. Because Melissa don't like Teresa. I don't care what nobody say.
I don't think that's it because her and Carolyn fell out for years. Carolyn decided not to go back, and they gave them a show.
They gave them their own show.
Same thing with Jacqueline. They were butting heads for years.
But
her
then
and Melissa been butting heads for years. If Melissa had, if Teresa had the pull that people want to claim she had, her sister-in-law wouldn't have never been on the show.
I think it came later. Because, I mean, they all scared of her. Marge about died. Her name Margaret. When she found out that her husband said that,
You said she about
she
died.
started cussing everybody out. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you ain't getting
yeah.
me on Teresa.
And my
bad
whole
side.
thing is because there's an argument on a lot of the groups of what her husband said. Her husband clearly said, I heard he got a girlfriend, not that he messes around at the gym, because that's all Teresa said. Teresa
Yeah.
did say he had a girlfriend because when she had first said it, I thought he was gay. I thought
Did you thought he was doing
was
something
that
gay
he
in the
was
gym?
gay. Because
Oh.
Teresa
Jackie?
had a
Oh,
girlfriend.
okay.
No,
I wouldn't
Because
have
Evan.
in my head, I was thinking, Jim, what dude he meet
What
up?
dude is
That's
he
a
messing
very
with at the
person.
gym? I thought it was a lady trainer. I didn't go to games, but yeah.
No, not only that, when I read further, there was somebody that lives in their area that claimed that there had been a running rumor about her husband. Not only did he had been messing around for a long time with this one woman, she had left her husband because she was married too. He just wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave. What's her name? Because he thought that she was too vindictive.
Oh.
And
Jackie gonna be mean. I don't care what nobody say.
She is, man.
Jackie can come at it.
That Jackie's sister had cheated with her husband. That's the real.
Yeah, I heard that.
Allegedly, they were trying to get her sister on the show. That's why I know she ain't.
Yeah,
coming.
I think that her sister's coming.
No, and I don't. If her sister's coming, she's leaving. Allegedly,
Yep.
she threatened production and said that if she did, she wasn't leaving. And that she did this twice this season because the lady who actually told Teresa or the person was supposed to come on the show.
And she didn't
Jackie
either.
said that if she comes on the show, she wasn't fit. She was going to quit.
So why didn't they just let her quit?
Because I don't know.
Is she a normal fan favorite at all?
But let's be clear. Jackie,
I don't know.
Well, no.
I don't know. I just started back watching.
Pushed today.
Me too.
She may be getting pushed today because there are people that don't like Teresa.
Okay.
So you know, it's kind of like a Nene and maybe Kenya kind of thing.
Yeah. But I like both of them. I like Teresa and Jackie. I feel like they both.
I think Jackie adds to this.
They bring it though. I mean,
I think she adds to this. Period.
I think Dolores is a follower. I don't even think Dolores needs to be on the show. Like Dolores could go.
Yeah, the 2 episodes that Jackie wasn't in this season were very enjoyable.
They were funny.
I
was rolling.
It was the kind of episodes you'd be like, we need more of these.
Yes. All the housewives need more. But I feel like they could have had this show if Teresa wouldn't have been poking Jackie, because Jackie was trying not to even argue with her. I really feel like they could have lived in the same space if Teresa wasn't poking at her without arguing. Well, but to come and get somebody a dildo and say if it's gonna fit up your butt
in the room and make you uncomfortable. Okay, I kind of disagree with if somebody's offering you an olive branch and you just don't say, oh, I can't because I gotta go wash my hair. You say she could take that olive branch and stick it up her behind. The next time we meet, I got words with you.
Really,
Joy? Yeah, I have words with you. I ain't gonna say I would have did what Teresa did, but my thing is, if I'm trying to offer an olive branch, that could, because my whole thing is if Jackie had came, it's possible that they could have had some kind of resolution. But you didn't just say, I can't be there because of XYZ. You said, take that olive branch. That was her words. Take that olive branch and shove it up your behind. She didn't say behind.
I understand that though. You done said at my husband's birthday party that even if it is a rumor, you going around his whole entire birthday party in my neighborhood with my people that's not on the show, spreading this rumor at his party about him. I'm gonna be mad. I might say something like that. But you're also demanding an apology. But that's her feelings though. I feel like she has the right to do that. But you're demanding look. I can see myself doing that. So if you think that's wrong, you think I'm wrong. I'm gonna be like, she can kiss my A if she gonna sit here. And then I might want to make up with her 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. But at that moment, I'm still upset and I'm still hurt. This was 2 3 weeks TV would never make it if people did not have these craziness. But it was quite a few weeks later. If I hurt you, Montanique, let's say I hurt your feelings.
And I said something that you flat out thought was wrong. And then when you came to talk to me, you then said something that was more offensive or just as offensive or in my eyes, worse, regardless if it is or isn't. And then you try to clean it up with an analogy because Teresa made that clear. She said the word analogy and she never said, what if I said, she said none of that happened in real
She
time.
said, what if I said Jill was
No,
in
she
thing?
didn't.
I
She
gotta
said
watch
she
it again.
never said.
She
if
didn't
I
say
told
that.
you I
She
heard
did.
that,
Teresa made that very clear. She
I
said
gotta
if
go
she
listen.
said, what
Yeah,
if
she
I
didn't say that.
said that? She said that would have been something totally different.
Right. She did
She
not
said
say
she
that.
never said that.
I
And
thought
the
she said,
word
what if I heard?
analogy
Okay, I gotta go
wasn't
listen.
even
What did she say?
said to her that day. She said, when I walked home, when I left with the thought that she heard that my daughter was doing cocaine.
Yes.
Now,
Oh.
the analogy, she said the analogy
Okay.
and all that came later. But Jackie
Okay.
is a lawyer. She had to clean that up. That's how she cleaned it up. And
Okay.
then you had somebody named like Margaret jumping on her team. Well, we know why Margaret jumping on her team. Because
she
the same
told it.
rumor was told in
Yeah,
her
she
house.
started it. Yeah.
Yes. Allegedly, Teresa heard it from her.
I believe she did. Because Margaret, when I say she was so mad at that table, she started cussing out. Her name Jackie. What's that girl name? She
You
started
talking
cussing her out.
Margaret? Oh,
Jennifer.
yeah.
What's her name? Jennifer? What's the girl that got drunk? Jennifer. She cussed her out. She like, why you cussing me out? Then she started cussing her husband out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she knew she was called. I was like,
and this is something else that I'm ticked off about. Joe and them always talking about what was said and being family is number one. Yeah. He wants her to be number one and take up for him. But Joe should have stepped in at that table and said, you did say that. You did say that at that table.
None of the
Joe
men
was
there. On him. None of the men told on him. Frank,
I got to jump on your team.
Yeah.
Joe, you were there, weren't you? Isn't that what
I can't believe yeah.
I get why Frank not in it. I get why all those other men aren't in it. But you my brother.
That's true.
And you didn't.
The next week it looked like he gonna really be mad at Teresa. What did and he start hitting the table?
That's because Teresa at the very end said, y'all said, because she said if the reunion it said last season, Joe Gorga and Dolores both said that Joe was going to take her to the bank financially.
Right, I heard that.
And she was like, look, y'all wrong. Well, Melissa, I'm assuming that's where it starts.
Okay.
And then so I don't know exactly what else is said, but Teresa said, you're going to take my brother over that? You're not going to take up from my brother? And then Joe acts a fool. And my whole thing is, if I was Teresa, no, Joe was wrong there. He should have
brother Joe.
He should have
said, name Joe.
You did say that. To him to be sitting there and say, I ain't say that. Yes, you did.
Oh, he
Why
said
you
he
trying
did.
to make my sister out to be a liar?
Yeah.
That's not what you said.
I don't know. Do you think families should be on shows together like this?
That's why I didn't.
Not all the time. They've turned it around and made it good. But if you think about the first time we met Joe, he was picking up and slamming on the table because he was mad at
it's
Teresa.
Like they always go to this. They have a thing with tables as family.
Yeah.
But that's how they want to end the argument. I'm finna act a fool. I'm finna act crazy to end this argument.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just glad they have tried to be friends off and on instead of just always hating each other all these years. But I wouldn't recommend every family to go on TV. It works for them though, for some reason.
It's just crazy.
Look at the Braxtons.
Oh my gosh, they should not.
Like Tony, Tony even said she did not want to do that show, that it was really Tamar that begged and begged. And she said when she signed on to do that show, this was going to be her last ditch effort because she had felt so much guilt behind the fact that she had became successful and her sisters were not signed. She was like, I knew when I signed this was it.
But I mean, it wasn't like she just left them in the lurch. They were her background singers. They were her dancers.
Because she had them,
and they had 2 albums out.
Those was her sisters.
Until
the show
they put out their album. They had an album, just didn't do
Yeah,
it.
that I'm like, why are you so? I mean, everybody can't be the star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of get the impression that she felt a lot of guilt over the
Yeah.
years about it.
She has.
So
Because they were all going to be a group, and they liked her more.
and they only signed her.
They only
Yeah.
signed her, but she brought
And-
them with them. I mean, they. All right, let's get to anything else in New Jersey. We're doing good
No.
today, y'all. I'm loving
Jersey
it.
was
I'm
really
loving it.
good though. If y'all not
I feel like
Jersey,
Huntsville gonna be the longest, so let's get to it. Okay, so let's go to Atlanta. Anything happen on Atlanta? I know they are filming the reunion. It's a dungeon thing. Marlo was looking for a black dress. I don't know why. She told everybody, but this is everybody. They all kind of had like private jets and stuff this year. I'm like, okay. So what do y'all have y'all heard anything? Did you hear about Toya and Fallon going in on it? Like Toya was playing sick, and then Fallon said, "Girl, you don't gotta play sick. I ain't gonna be there." And then Toya got better.
was this the Halloween special? Was the last episode the Halloween one?
Yeah.
Or was this the
Yes,
okay?
yes,
So
yes.
apparently, Bravo cut off what
Toya said
to Fallon, and
That
I
was
knew it had
wrong.
to be bad because if y'all remember, Candy must have been friends with LaToya first.
She was. She brought her on
Because
the show.
she said on Watch What's Happening Live, do you regret bringing her around? She said, I don't regret what happened with her and Bolo, you know, that Bolo situation. She said, I regret what happened with Fallon.
With Fallon, she said it was much worse.
So whatever she said racially to Fallon was really so bad that Bravo cut it out. And that's why I thought she was calling her a trainee. Like she
called her not a ling ling, but she called her a ching.
Trini. I thought it was something related to the
Fallon
fact that
has Asian
from
in
Trinidad.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Fallon has Asian in her. So Toya called her a ching ching, and Fallon said, "You need to some Trini." That's how she responded to Toya.
I thought
So Toya's from Trinidad or has Trini in her.
Right.
Fallon has Asian in her. She called her. It wasn't ling ling like Evelyn said, but it was ching something. Like that, and that's why she wanted to fight her because you know.
But it had to be something really bad, something else.
But that was part of it.
Because like I said,
now is it true that her and her husband are now?
They say they unfollowed Fallon and her husband unfollowed each other on Instagram. I don't follow either one of them, so I don't know. But I think that could be a point for her just to get on the show because you know if you feel like you got some marital woes, they want you more.
They want.
They just do. They like people with problems on these reality shows. They don't like the show.
But what's wrong with Toya just be doing too much?
I don't understand Toya.
Like she is,
she does.
As Candy said, she pegged her right. She is Kenya on steroids.
She is Kenya times. I mean, like when Kenya thank you too much, you like wait. Because Kenya even be like, I think I do too much. She'll admit it. I was bored. I feel like I did too much. I regret, you know.
Now, what was up with Toya? I mean, Kenya at the very end, they went out of town. I don't know if that's a clip or if that's how it ended when they went to New Orleans. Everybody getting their room. Okay. I must have saw that clip.
Yeah, that's gonna be tonight.
Passing out rooms.
I think Toya and Kenya and Drew gonna get into it at the table.
Yeah, because I don't know if Toya's in there, but I know Drew and Kenya because she wouldn't do a booty bounce. I wouldn't.
She wouldn't.
Oh God.
Out and open on the sidewalk, but I wouldn't have knocked anybody that would be willing to do it.
I think, and that's what, and I'm like, I am a Kenya fan.
But like
she said stuff. She didn't have to say it that way.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm not going to be great.
Especially when we just saw you 2 episodes ago with your
leg.
But I
think it's because her daughter was there. Why? I mean, I understand you want to be about your daughter.
but don't bring her. You can't. You can't.
Why? You just can't.
You can't. But my whole thing is, again, let's say that has something to do with if your daughter is there. You just don't say nothing. You just sit back
and say, Drew, just give me my key. Even my daughter's here. I just don't want to booty bounce. But she said, I'm not going to degrade myself. I'm like, I like you, Kenya, but just don't, because that's not degrade. I mean, when my friends have been out, we've
And
danced
that's the problem that I had.
yeah,
That's how I know that she has no real friendships
yeah.
in this group, because that's not amongst your girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody say you do a booty bounce, now again, that's not anything I would do.
Right.
I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't say nothing either. I'd be like, girl, I'm gonna sit here
give
and
me
wait
my
till you
room key.
pass
I'm
me
tired.
my room.
We
Right.
just got
Okay, so who was the one that asked for the booty bounce?
Drew.
Okay,
Drew.
they're not friends, so
I know
I'm not surprised.
she just don't like Drew, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's why she said it. And plus, she asked Drew like 4 times before. She said, "I've asked you 4 times.
Yeah.
Give me my key." Drew likes to pick at people, but that's part of reality TV too. So I can't be mad at Drew for that.
But
I think I give people.
last season when she was hosting, they had it's been a thing amongst them. Whenever you go out of town, I don't care what the situation is, who's ever hosted, there is something to get in your room.
Yeah.
Now, it can be something as silly as they did, take off your eyelashes, jump in the pool, eat this disgusting whatever. What it has always been, nobody has walked in a class trip and everybody just went to their room. It's never been like that.
Even on Married to Medicine, they had
That's
to
true.
do a dance. Remember, Daddy did the break dance, and like everybody, every
That was
reality
so
show,
cute.
you have
Yeah,
to do
they-
something.
This is true.
That is true. You know, I just think she
So
don't like
my
Drew.
whole thing is, if you didn't want to participate, or you can't, or your baby's tired, or something is going on, you pull her to the side and be like, yo, can my baby boo-boo real bad, or I gotta go to the bathroom,
I gotta
or
do something.
I gotta
Right.
do something. Do you mind just giving me my key? I'm sorry, I can't participate in this part. I need to hurry up and get to my room. You can do that respectfully. Kenya does things to try to make other people feel bad.
Yeah.
And it's only when it's not on her.
I give you that.
Here it is that if she was hosting, whatever her situation was, she would want them to participate, and they
Yeah.
would have. Because I want to say, to get the biggest 2 rooms in her house, they had to do something, didn't they? Because I remember they were like,
No, I
3
think
rooms.
her and what's her name just assigned rooms. I think they gave
That's
Marlo
probably
the
what they
smallest
should
room.
always do.
But I'm just, it's been a major thing when they go on cash trips. I could think of 3 or 4 times, because there's been issues, because Candy always tend to get the best room somehow.
Yeah, she does. I agree. I feel like she shouldn't have said the degrading thing. I don't
it's
think
just
that was
unnecessary.
right of her to do. So when I'm not like Monique's fan. When she do wrong, I be like, yeah, she shouldn't have done that. The Monique fans don't think Monique doing anything wrong. I know Kenya be doing wrong, but I still think she's good on the show.
Yeah, she's the best one on the show.
But
Right
I
now.
will say this is a terrible season.
It really is.
It is like I don't even remember what happened. Like I just
Like, right, that's why
you see, I
said,
started
from
talking
one
about the
week to another,
reunion because I couldn't remember.
No,
Last week we talked about it for about
I don't even-
120
what they gonna
seconds.
Oh, we will say this though. Tyler Perry got a new show that he
Yes.
doing,
Mhm.
and he hired Eva and Bolo.
And Bolo. So I feel like he had a part in this too, because that's free advertising.
Bolo.
Yeah, I don't know if I have this on Watch Me. I think
The
I'm gonna do that
name
next
of the
week.
show is supposed to be about male dancers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't do it for this week's Who Watch Me, but I have it for next week. I don't even think I have a picture. But I do have it on my regular phone, not on my iPad. But yeah,
Bolo
He was
cashing
really
in.
good. I can't
It'll
wait.
be interesting to see Eva, but Eva can't add to me. The few couple of things
So
I've
why do you
seen.
think
her
he
in.
picked her then?
I
She
think she's
living in
good on
Atlanta.
camera. She has
She's pretty.
She's in
She's
Atlanta.
pretty.
She's
Oh,
good
she-
on camera.
Would
a
never
lot going
deny that
on.
she is not pretty, but
That's all I can think. Did I not get a picture of that? All right, so let's go to y'all ready for the crazy
Who?
Huntsville. What is
Oh.
crazier than Huntsville, Joy?
Wow.
Nothing.
Man, okay, so I just watched it again. My husband watched
Girl,
it.
okay, I can't. My pressure. I don't even have high blood pressure, but I think after watching this, I need to go to the doctor and get some medicine because they drive my pressure all the way up. Like
I think it's just really sad to see Martel just losing it, deservingly so. But just to watch how he's handling everything so horribly right now. And what he's saying, it's sad to see
I don't
a
think
man.
I thought this episode when he and Mel was at the end, again, I watched with a man.
Okay, what your
And-
man say? Because I'm gonna tell you what mine
And
said.
when we watched, he watched,
Child.
and I thought Martel was being expressive because I think he's tired.
Yeah.
Look, he already know that what's clear. He said, he started off by saying, look, I know we going our separate ways. Basically, he's like, I don't want to be hostile every time we meet. First of all, let me say this. The reason that Martel and his brothers having problems is because of Mel, because she been whispering in his ear. Let's start that. So once that was over, Mel shouldn't have even come over there while they were talking. And then it seems like every time they're in a room, she wants to start an argument. At least 4 times he tried to divert the conversation from an argument. He's like, look, I'm sorry. I wish this was all a dream. I wish none
Martel
of this
tried
had
to divert
happened.
it?
Are you serious, Joy? Okay,
Huh?
go ahead.
Are you saying Martel tried to divert it?
Yeah, at
I
least
mean, it's
several
about
times.
time. It took
She
him long
kept
enough.
but she kept coming at him. He was like, it was times he kept saying, he would stop and pause. He was being very careful with his words.
Because he has already said so much stupid stuff. It is finally sunk in his head to
Joy.
watch what I say on camera.
Joy.
Finally.
And okay, you can say that all you want, but here is this guy who already sees the writing. The writing on the wall is very clear to him. Just like the writing on the wall for her. But one of the things that's so interesting to me, and I'm glad he clarified it this time, like Mel has this thing of every time they argue, every single time this season, she wanted the audience to know, because she know there's cameras there, that Martel is trying to work it out with her. And one of the things that he said this particular time was, yeah, because of my kids. And something else that he said, which I think is really important, is when they were arguing and he said something about leaving her or leaving. He said, I would have left you. That's the reality. Because look, we both weren't getting what we needed. But the question that the other ladies asked is a good argument. They say, well, why are you trying to get back with your wife then? His is all about, if this woman isn't satisfying you, that is a decent question. Why are you trying to get back? And I think Martel was obsessed with what his picture looked like, not what the reality of it is. And I think a lot of men get in marriages that they are obsessed with what it looks like, but they're not happy. My husband, I just had this conversation. I had a family member that married this girl and they looked really good together, really young. And they separated twice. And this particular time they were on an on. And I told him, we were in the kitchen when my aunt, one time we were having a conversation. I ain't mean to say that. Let's just say this. My family member said to him, you sound like a woman. You sound like a man who has another woman. Why are you trying to leave your wife? Because it looks good. He said he wanted what his parents had. I was like, that's respectable. But why aren't you trying to groom that? Your parents have been together 30 some odd years. You can't get that in 3 years or 4 years. And one of the things he said, if I'm not happy now, I'm not going to be happy later. Why bring kids and his children in the situation? I'm not happy. And Martel, he said, the picture looks good, but it ain't good. It's just not good. And a lot of we get in these situations and we're staying because of children. And I think that Martel was a guy who should have been and left his wife. He certainly shouldn't have made another baby.
That's why I don't think he would have left her.
No good.
I don't either.
He said that to hurt her. He would not have left her. He said that to hurt her. But okay.
I can't.
If he was gonna leave her, he should have left her 5 years ago.
A sexual relationship with another woman for 5 years.
Yeah, he wanted his cake and eat it too. He was not gonna leave her.
I think he wanted his children in his house
if she would have allowed him to still have this girl on the side to give him his blowjobs, these oranges that he needed, That was
Girl,
good.
what that analogy?
That was the
And-
craziest
And if she
stuff.
would have allowed him to be loyal to two women,
Orange stock
that
market
he
went
said, which
down
I've never
all
seen you
over the
could be
world.
loyal to two women. That's not loyalty, but
Yeah,
that's his
that
mindset.
was
That is
just-
loyalty. He would
Who
have
says
said
that kind
he
of stuff?
said that to save face. I don't care what
think so.
nobody
Okay.
said.
I
He
just think
said-
different. I told you.
He said that to
I watched
save
this
face.
and I look. If I looked at a
he wasn't
scale
gonna
from
leave
1
her.
to 10, if I had to place the blame 1 through 10, Martel is 70% wrong.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
No,
arguing.
Martel's
I'm
like
not-
90% wrong.
and Melanie is 30.
I would give her 20. I feel like this. I feel like, okay, Martel, this woman was not giving you your head every day or whenever you wanted it.
But
that does
let's
not
add,
mean you
she
need to
said
cheat.
she
I mean,
didn't
that's
do it
just
every
not-
night, but she did it often. She
that
said not every
that
night,
does
but
not
often.
give you grounds to cheat because your woman, especially if you, that's why I asked y'all
Right.
a long time ago. If
I
somebody
don't think
was-
it was just about that.
that's what he's saying
course
though.
not.
That he
Yeah,
I
needs to
don't think he
communicate
just
then.
said that. I think that he also says he's been clear from like the 3rd episode. She's not attentive. She doesn't cook. She's not at home. She is career driven. That is her first priority. Even when this man has come to her, and he's come to her on screen at least 3 occasions and said, "Babe,
They were both
I
career
want you
driven.
at
They were both. Hers just was
home."
better.
They were both. They
You
started
can't
this-
say
He just
that.
needs to be with
side
the
business stuff
mistress
together.
who ain't got
But
no
if-
goals,
if
no
your
drive, no
Just
strive.
like
who he
Marcel
loves,
went to Letitia and told Letitia, "Babe, I need you at home." To me, those are warnings.
And she's not at home yet. And as
That
long
don't
as
mean-
Melody is out there and her star
And that's
continues
not
to
grounds for
shine,
cheating on somebody. I don't care what
T-Shirt.
nobody
Never
says.
look, hands
That's
down.
not grounds for cheating on somebody.
Melanie,
He,
you
Yeah.
correct. They don't
He
give
just
you
need-
permission just
he
because
shouldn't have
your
never
needs-
married a woman like Melody because he don't want no woman that's gonna thrive more than him. First of all,
I don't think that
Very
it's about
narcissistic, he's
thriving
very
more than
arrogant.
him.
he needs to, and that's why he loves.
I
his
don't
other
think that
chicks.
it's about thriving more than him. I
He
think that
that's
it's
why he likes
about-
his other
I
chicks
think
so
it's a-
much. Cause she ain't got no mission. She young. She ain't got no drive. She's sitting at home waiting for him to call.
Why
That's
is
what
it?
he wants.
I just don't think that that's it.
That's
there
what
is
he
a-
wants, and
I
I,
think-
really hope he's happy with her.
Okay, we're gonna have to disagree on because I
Yeah,
think that
'cause
this is. I don't think that it's about thriving. I think there is
see
more
no
about
good I
normalcy.
see no good qualities in Martel, and you can't say because he take care of his kids. Because a man's supposed to take care of their kids. That ain't no blessing. It ain't no plus. That ain't no
Yeah.
no pat on the back.
And
You're
I'm
supposed
always,
to take
you
care
know
of
what,
your
I
kids.
will say,
I am
have
never
always
going to be like,
been-
oh my God, he took care of his kids. What you
Yeah.
supposed to do? You ain't.
Right,
You can't-
right. I've always been Team Martel too. Y'all know I love
I
me some
can't.
Martel.
No, he has nothing in me.
But
like, no.
now, I mean, he just seems to be coming at her for all the
I
wrong
do gotta pick
reasons.
people.
You
He
know,
coming
he's
at
calling,
him.
he wants everybody to think that she had an affair when they were, separated or whatever. He called her a whore.
He call her.
No.
Oh, I just
He
hate
is
her for
suffering.
anybody.
He is suffering, and that's why he's coming. Just like, every time somebody has something to say and they know they were wrong and they have nothing else to say, what do? They get to making personal attacks. And he is going through it. He's doing the same thing. He's out there apologizing to everybody and blaming everything on Mel. And suddenly she cheated. It's not just me. You were wrong too. You're a whore. I mean, come on. I hate to see any man. I don't care what y'all did wrong, but when you suddenly know that you were the main reason for a problem, not the only, but the main one, and suddenly things are not going your way, so you're going to now bring up everything to try and hurt the woman
And
of
that's-
your 4
That's
kids.
your mother of your kids. You sit there and you
4
call her
kids.
a hoe.
Yeah.
It's Martel.
And you over here hoeing around.
Is
You are the
Martel
hoe.
father of her 4 children.
Huh?
Because
So
she's
say-
doing a heck of look.
What did you say, Joy? Repeat that.
I didn't hear
I
it.
said y'all said is that she isn't Melanie the mother of his 4 children. Why is he trying to ruin her name? I'm like, isn't Martel the father of her 4 children?
And she's not
the-
trying to ruin
How
his
did she
name.
ruin his name by saying he had a woman? How did she
She's
tell
not
me what she
trying
did?
to ruin his
She
name.
is just not a covering wife.
I wouldn't cover his ass either.
What
I'm
are you
covering
doing?
covering wife.
Seriously, what do you mean by that? She's not a covering wife.
She is the type of woman that
not
when she is mad from the very beginning, from what, episode 3, from Respectable Cheating, she's not the type of woman that is going to, she put things out there that he asked her not to. She is, yes.
He put his thing in people. She asked him not to.
Thank you. How is that overlooked? How is that overlooked? Joy.
Pregnant. It ain't just that he put his
No,
thing
but
in
my
people.
whole thing is you let him fall by himself.
Oh my
Melanie
God.
at this point don't have to do anything.
Okay.
He's made his bed and he has to lie in it. She doesn't want him to just lie in the bed. She want to stick pins in the bed.
After
My
I
whole
watched
thing
that,
is he's out. Look,
Joy. Okay.
he's
after
done
I watched the interview
what
with him
he's
and
done.
Heavenly, I lost all respect. After that one, because
Yeah.
I had never seen it.
Look,
After I watched that, I said, this man is protecting his side piece more than his wife.
I mean,
and
He
his
loves
wife
his
said
protects
that
him.
to him.
She
More than
protects
his
him
wife.
more than his wife.
She has
Yes,
nothing
because
to
she a
lose.
fool. He's sitting there telling her she want a
Right.
DNA
That's
test.
why he
She
picked
That's
has
who
you.
he needs to
collected
be
them
And
with.
that's why.
crumbs.
She
That's
needs to be
why.
with her because she
That's why
dumb.
gonna
She
be-
young.
that's why
She
Joy-
gonna make
Joy.
him mentally
Oh my God.
and verbally
And that's why
abuse
she gonna
her.
be divorced.
Let him do it. Let him mentally. He's a manipulator, and he's manipulated a lot of people. He's a very manipulative.
Oh,
Just the way that he comes
Joy.
back.
I
I've
just
seen
can't.
it before.
I can't.
That's
Yeah.
why next season
No.
we gonna be watching Martel with his new baby and his 4 children
Yeah, let him.
with
'Cause
with Ariane, because you can't
Yep.
call her a side piece now.
Yeah, that's who he gonna be with, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because she's going to allow him to do what Mel let him do when she was younger.
And you know what else pissed me off?
That's
I
what it
just
is.
can't with this. First of all,
Melanie.
I know that nobody's perfect. Nobody is supposed to be perfect. We get it. We get it. We get it. Did little Miss Ariane really go on the YouTube and call Mel a bad parent? Control your trash. I mean, come
Well,
on.
she
And he
gotta
let her
be
do
fine.
it. He let her do it.
He just, I mean, there's some things you're talking about. Mel doesn't cover him. He doesn't cover her.
He
He
knew.
never even attempted to correct
When
her.
Mel said, I'm gonna tell you what touched me.
If
She
you're
said,
gonna do that dirt, do it.
you went and
But
kept
still.
sleeping with this woman,
Oh my God.
and then had a baby by this woman who was my enemy. That right there.
You know what she said is
That
you
right
had a
there
baby by a
touched
woman
me
who
to my
became.
core.
Well, listen, I thought it was interesting because she said you had a baby by a woman who became my enemy.
Became my enemy.
As if to say, look, I acknowledge our problems. I know about the affair. I'm keeping you. I want to do whatever I can do to get it right. I'm not hating on her. But now, 5 years later, you are having an affair with someone who became my enemy because you're pulling both of us.
After she said that, I couldn't. I can't look at him the same. I'm sorry.
It's just.
As
and look,
Martel said, I was begging you to give me these oranges. You wasn't giving them.
But that ain't no grounds to cheat.
I
I don't care how much your husband begs you to have anal sex, oral sex, whatever. If you don't do it, that does not give him grounds to cheat on you. Martel has a sexual demon within him.
Look,
you cannot be responsible for those sexual demons that are inside of him.
Nobody's
demon.
saying
that's not nothing
to.
spiritual.
I'm talking about reality.
He can't be the moral police.
If you are
know what
right,
I think,
and you got a husband that's coming to you and telling you that he is unsatisfied.
Well, I don't want
what
no
makes you
like
think
that.
she didn't do what he wanted her to do?
Make some adjustments.
Okay.
Because to me, the same thing.
I don't want no husband like that ever.
If I go to my husband and I tell him, look,
he can leave me.
I'm unhappy. I need this. I need that, and I'm asking you, and your husband ignores you, and you decide because this is a decision. Because you got a couple of decisions. You can stay.
Oh my goodness.
He should have left.
Or you can cheat.
Because she told him, because I just watched a clip where she told him, Marcel, I asked you to do stuff too. I told you I'd like for you to be more loving, like you to do foreplay. I like you to talk freaky to me. He said, I don't want to do that. She said, so was I supposed to cheat on you? No.
She should have. If that's what she wanted.
But in his mindset, no. But he can cheat on her.
Just not compatible.
No, they not. And I don't ever want no man who feel like if he wants me to do something and in my heart I don't want to do it, he feels like he can cheat on me. And I'm not saying
I'm
needs
not,
to
you know what
leave.
though?
I think you all are, look, I'm not saying that that is okay. The option to cheat is a choice, and it's not the appropriate one. It's not
No.
the right one. And if you are a religious or a spiritual person, you're going to have to deal with your maker, period.
Yeah.
If that's
He
the
gonna have
choice
to.
to make, I am not saying that it is okay. I am not saying that he did the right thing. I want to be clear.
Okay.
And neither am I.
Crystal clear. All I'm saying is, as people get older, men or women, and you grow, especially them getting married so young, and you get older, what you liked at 22 is totally different what you liked at 32, what you like at 40.
I mean,
Because
I'm
you're
saying.
not the same. So if I come to my husband and tell him I need X, Y, and Z, and he's not taking care of the needs, I got 3 choices.
Mm-hmm.
Martel chose this route, and he's dealing with the consequences of the route he chose.
And I'm gonna tell you why he felt like he needed it every day. If he wouldn't have never slept with her and she wasn't doing it every day, he would never felt the need that he needed it every day. She gave him that mindset, and he took that freak stuff home. That's why if he would have never messed with her, he would have
Yeah.
never thought he needed that every day.
You know, and
He
for
put
me,
himself in that
there are
position
men
because
today, it's too much exposure to free porn. These men are not.
that's why that's when the man
anymore.
needs to step back and decide to be a
they're not
man. Then
looking at
that's why he has sexual demons.
okay,
He
and
does.
let me just say, it's for me. I mean, Ariane has been one of many for 5+ years at this point. We know that. So for me, it's not even about you and Ariane and oh now you're pregnant. Okay, I know that happened. But think about Mel has tried and stayed with him for years trying to work it out. But then when you think about Joy the way you're thinking it now, well, he said what he needed and she didn't provide it, as if that's why everything has suddenly now fallen apart. And that's not fair, because we're instantly believing that the man that made the request, his requests were not addressed. And so that's why the marriage broke up. That's what it sounds like you're saying. And I think that's really, really irritating for a woman in that position who has tried to make some kind of changes. And obviously we can see it. She's been there for 5 years through this.
I hate cheaters,
So
y'all.
it's
Y'all
not
can't
even
tell. I
about
can't
the
stand
cheating
people
and the
who cheat. It
baby. It's
burns
about,
my
look,
soul.
I've been in here for the long haul, and you now go and talk about me like that?
And
Come on.
and you blame the person for your.
I'm
Yeah,
not blaming
blaming Mel for everything.
Not you. I'm talking about him.
Yeah, I'm not blaming her.
No,
I
not
think
you.
that
Him.
these are two people that married very young. And when you are young, you think you know exactly what you want. You are lucky to marry young, and you and that person grow together. That's luck. That's not even, because people change. As you grow, you mature, you think different. You are lucky. Consider yourself blessed. And I'm saying that in all aspects, where you can grow together spiritually, physically, emotionally, sexually, whatever your issues are. That's I say it's pure luck when you marry at 22, because what I thought I liked at 22 is totally different at 46.
I guess I'm boring because I like the same stuff.
So
I mean, yeah, people change.
I don't want nothing.
I
I like the
when I
same
was 23.
stuff.
I was
I'm
23-year-old when I got
talking
married.
sex. I'm talking life.
Oh, okay.
My
I just some of this stuff people watch
what
on
I
these
thought
movies.
was companionship at 22 is totally different of what I think it is at 46.
We
it's
agree.
Just different.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are stuck in a certain thing, or once children come in, a lot of women tend to transfer a lot of the affection and the love and the giddiness and the energy that we used to put into our guy to get him, to hook him, to marry us.
Yeah.
And
okay.
we transfer, listen, to the kids. And in our minds, that's what we're supposed to do. Because in our minds, those kids need us. That should be our first priority. But, reality is you don't marry your children. You marry your husband. Those
I agree with you on that part.
Grow up, get their own interests, and will leave you. And you will be with a man that you have nothing in common with, because you have focused so much on your children. Is it exhausting to think about the reality of splitting that emotional toll? Yes. It's exhausting. But it's something that you got. If you want a long marriage, that's something that you got to do. 24. That's me.
I agree with that part. You should still date each other. You should still.
And according to
23. Wait a
Mel,
minute,
she
or is it
says,
20? Wait a
Melody
minute.
says they were
I
still
agree
doing
with you.
that.
Still should date each other, but if I don't want to give you head, you won't leave me. No.
Melody
Okay,
says
that's
they
not
were
happening.
still going
You
on
should
romantic
never walk
dates.
around
They
with
were
that
still
kind of
taking
monkey on your
walks.
shoulder.
They were still going on
They were
trips.
still
They were
having
going
sex.
on dates.
They were still loving on each other. She said all that was still going on.
Yeah,
She made
unless she
every
lying.
attempt to do what he says. But it just sounds like some people are thinking, well, it obviously it wasn't enough, so it's her fault and not his. Well, you know what?
I'm not saying that it's her
Okay,
fault.
you didn't say those exact words.
I said
Joy.
70% of it is on him. 70%
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
But I do think that my whole point is, even if all of those things were going on, even if you thought it was selfish and you couldn't handle it, if your man is coming to you and saying because she's thinking what she's doing is enough. If your man on national TV will tell you, I need more attention, I need more affection, I need more X, Y, and Z.
He's a needy motherfucker.
Saying,
I'm sorry. He needs to get some hobbies because
but you're making it sound like he needed.
He needs some hobbies or
give.
something, like for real. Because you cannot. I'm telling you.
If you take that approach, then I mean,
that's
so
not a reason to cheat.
Okay,
that's not a reason to do any of that. Just because you need something, then does not mean that if I don't give you everything you need, you're gonna cheat on me.
No,
if I'm not, that's what you're saying though. If he comes in and says this,
Joy, you have said
I'm giving him 2 of the things he needs out of the 5 he said. That's enough.
That's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if your guy comes to you and tells you what he thinks he needs, now I ain't saying nothing ridiculous, y'all. I ain't talking about no 3-way or no threesome or nothing stupid.
But he probably would have said that next.
I mean, he
the type that ain't nothing enough.
I don't know. Neither one of them said. But
you gotta watch him.
You keep going back to that though, as if Mel has done none of that to try and change.
About is attention and affection. I mean, that's the thing that he.
But Joy, think about this. This man has cheated on you for 5 years, and he needs this and this and this and this from you. What did I need from you? I didn't need you to cheat on me. It's all about what he needs.
Okay, then y'all need to separate. If you don't want to give me what I need, then okay, I'm gonna go get me
that's
some.
what should have happened. Ain't no excuse for what he's done. None. He should have left her
until you leave me. There it is.
And he shouldn't have had all them babies by her if she was not a good mama.
I agree with
if she wasn't cooking, if she wasn't
And
cleaning.
so what was in that other message that you
not
sent out?
having babies by her? Evidently, she's doing something
out today about another girl. Is there now a third girl that's coming forward?
I don't know. They say it is, but
that was about Marceau, wasn't it?
It was about more about Marceau than Martel.
It was more about Marceau. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
Joy, did you download her song?
I can't. I know some people like Martel, and a lot of women still in his Facebook, and they want to date him, and they let him have it. If that's the kind of man you want, I never agree with Heavenly, but at that interview, I agree with her. I would never want my daughter to date anybody like Martel.
I mean,
ever in my life. I would never say in my life.
I don't know what Martel is like. I don't know.
Just in his interviews.
But I think that Martel.
Thank you.
His
Martel is a totally different guy than he was when he got with Melanie. They were in college. I think that the type of woman that you pick in your 30s and 40s is going to be somebody totally different than you would pick in your 20s. I don't think that it's just about that, Montanique.
That's who he loves, and that's the oranges he can't get enough of.
I think there is a level of intimacy that Martel wanted from his wife that he just wasn't getting.
Well, hopefully he
according to her, according to Mel, she was giving what he wanted.
Just not all the time.
Just sexual. I think we're making too much.
That's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, just mention sexual. He mentioned
hopefully Ariana. Well, she don't. I don't know if she works and has to travel and has all these goals and ambitions.
I think that Mel was flat out. I'm just gonna say it like this. I like Mel because I do not dislike her. I was Team Hope 100%, and I'm Hope. That don't just mean Martel Hope. That also meant Melanie Hope. And all of those beautiful babies. I'm Team Hope. Let me be crystal clear because I don't dislike either one of them. This is the reality. Mel was busy.
Yeah.
She was busy. and
that made him cheat.
And she was making moves and making money. I ain't mad at her. But it is a challenge when you are on an up trajectory in life
Mhm.
to slow down. When you got four, this is a woman that left her 2-month-old baby to travel. I can't
Okay.
even,
I see nothing wrong with that.
as a mother, I can't even conceive that.
I can.
Oh my
That's
God.
fine.
I
Okay.
never.
Conceive that.
That's mom shaming right there.
Conceive
No.
that.
We
No,
had
no,
this
no.
conversation about
We
3, 4
did.
Yeah,
weeks
we're not.
ago.
Let's not do that one
Okay.
again.
My
Because I'm not
point
trying to
is,
mom shame
she's
anybody.
up
Because I'm
on
sure
a,
a few
she's
people that's
on a
watching
up
has left their
trajectory, and she
kids.
wasn't willing to slow down.
Okay.
And
Well,
because
from
she
what
wasn't
she-
The
willing to
interesting
slow
thing
down,
is she didn't
an
start
idle
on this
mind
road by
Martel
herself.
had.
They started on this road together. They went into business
did.
together.
Yeah.
So he has to show some kind of extra support. She didn't do all this stuff alone. Okay, let me just ask you real quick, because I know we're up in time, Joy. Did you
What time
did you do the did you do the telltale sign challenge? Let's
I
see the
forgot.
video.
What's that?
You went what we all supposed to sing the song.
The cha-
Kelly did it
yes.
at first, and I want and do a video, and then we were supposed to upload it on our Instagram.
And did you download
Kelly's
the
was
music?
too good.
Joy,
I
did you
downloaded
download?
her. Well, I didn't. I downloaded her song.
I downloaded it.
I got YouTube Music.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
okay.
Spotify, so I downloaded it.
I did. Okay,
So
I got it.
I did bring
He's
it up.
supposed
and
to
it's-
be getting on the billboards. If
That's why this weekend was
downloading.
such a big deal. Yeah.
So
I hope
I've
she
been
made
trying to
it.
listen, even though I feel like some parts offbeat. I
Yeah.
feel like it's like, you know how you have a song and then the rapper come in and he just totally has a whole new beat,
Mhm.
and then the singer start back singing and it's a whole new beat. I
Yeah.
feel like she doing it, but she doing it to herself. But I do like the song, even though it's offbeat. Am I the only one
Did you
think it's
watch
offbeat?
some of the other challenge videos out there?
Yeah. Do you think it's offbeat, Joy?
Huh?
You think it's offbeat?
What?
Some parts are offbeat.
Uh-uh. You think Melanie singing off me?
No, I think some of the
The
parts just
music.
the beats don't go together, like the flow.
Oh, yeah. Something is off about that song.
That's what I said. It's like
Yeah.
like a rapper comes in and kind of change the flow of the song,
Yeah.
but she doing it to herself. Like the flow
Yeah.
changed, then it go back, and then it change.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
See,
it is
Kelly?
something off. It's an okay song. It's nothing that I would buy. I just get YouTube Music. So
Yeah, my music. Yeah, and it made me listen to Candy's music again, and I really like Candy's song. I've been bumping it all week too.
I like hers too. Yeah, she's one of the better songs out of these
I
franchises.
heard, what is it a new song? Because I heard somebody talk about that.
It's a
Yeah, she's got a
remix
new
of her
song.
original song.
I don't know
What
if
is
it's
her
out
name?
yet.
What is her name?
Candace,
Diller. It's
Diller.
under Candace Diller.
Okay. What is it? What's the
What is
name?
it? When
of
I
it?
See You.
I See
When I
You is
See
the
You. Let me see.
Oh, I See You is her old one, right?
yeah, that's her.
Yeah, but
old.
that's the new. They had a remix. I don't think it's a different song. I think it's just remixed differently.
But this is on my Spotify. It's been listened to a lot. It had
It's a good song.
2,000 monthly listeners so far.
Is this it?
When I listened, I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
that's
day.
it.
Is that it? Was that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes, that one is good.
it's a really good song. I love
I
it.
feel like they're the two housewives or two people in reality TV that have done songs that I like.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think about the Black opening? Let's move on. What did you think that it was wrong for Marceau not to put the boys on the building? I mean the girls.
No,
I mean,
I guess I didn't think about
it is
the girls. I
sad
just
that
thought
he
about
doesn't see all of their children as legacy holders.
Hmm.
But but this is a very masculine like business,
I mean, and we are talking about Marceau.
and we are
Marceau,
talking
yeah.
about Marceau.
And
Yeah.
is Tisha on there or not? Because
No.
what's that picture with her smoking a cigar on? Then is that not on the building?
Oh, you mean the one where she's looking like Funky Dineva?
Yeah, I'm not.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'll show that.
Oh, girl, that was so wrong.
I don't know. Should I put it up? I have it. I feel bad.
I don't know that you should. I like Funky
Oh,
Dineva.
when you said it after I put it up, okay.
Ooh, that is so wrong.
But look though, look at Funky Dineva's skin, honey. Flawless.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
You y'all see Funky
Yes.
Geneva on Married to Medicine? He was getting his teeth fixed.
Yes. Is that
Yeah, I
all he
did.
was
I
gonna do
did.
on there?
He,
I thought he
Dr. Heavenly did it. Dr. Heavenly is
Heavenly,
funny as
yeah.
heck too.
she
Yeah,
did
she did.
good.
Mhm. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, they do look alike only because of the wig.
So is that
But yeah.
picture that I showed though? Is that not on the building? No. Was
No.
that just like an advertisement?
I think
So
so.
it is just the boy. And then
Yeah.
okay, so why do you think the sister's son got on there then? Because is she not married? Is that little boy Scott?
Was the sister son on there? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
she was.
I don't
Yeah,
know who they were.
it was her son and then the brother.
Is she not married? Is that little boy Scott?
That's just
Say
what I
that-
said.
Yeah, that was
What
a big
you-
echo.
Oh,
Unless
okay.
somebody.
Nah, I had turned on the thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I just
So
wanted to
if
make
I
sure.
mean, I feel like if her son should be on there, he may not have the Scott last name. Why can't the daughters?
I have no idea.
Marcel.
Yeah, I
I
have to
don't
ask
know.
Marcel that.
And then there
I
was
really
a
like
thing-
Marcel this season though.
He's done a great job.
He's a voice of reason.
yeah, he's funny as
And
heck.
then we
Because
understand.
I will say this. I was proud of Tish
Yeah.
when she went to mail and apologized. I guess she did listen to Marceau. And I thought Marceau has been
Yeah.
a good, just a voice of reason.
Mhm.
And this is what I wish that they had done the first season. I don't think it would ever been a falling out. Sometimes you have to allow people to create their own story and narrative. Because
Mhm.
that's what Kimmy and Maurice did. You know, I'll be your friend if you need me, but I'm going to stay out of other people's marriages.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think, it's quite possible because one of the things that I did see in the clip is Mel said that she didn't want to film this season.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
And
That's why
That's
I'm
going to
wondering.
be in the
I'm-
behind the scenes, I think. Next
So
week.
it's
yeah, I'm
quite
kind of. That's why I'm
possible
wondering if she's gonna come back next season. If
I
there'll
don't
be a
think she
season.
will.
that we
If
know
they let that girl
boy-
come on, I don't think
They're
Mel will
EP
come.
on this. They're
Huh?
EP on this show. They're EP
Yeah.
on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
she'll
know,
still get paid.
whether
Yeah.
or not she steps away, let's be crystal clear. Martel might be on this show next
With the
year
girl.
with the girl.
Yeah.
Because what did y'all think about Ariane popping up on the on the phone?
And you see how he talked to her on the phone?
I thought he was very, very nice to how he talked to her.
Yeah, he
Um,
was more nice now. He spoke.
He
to
is
his
nicer to
own
her
wife.
than he is to his
He
wife.
was because
just think,
even
yeah.
when he didn't allow that to turn into an argument, he was like,
Yeah,
"Look,
he
you
did,
have
and
shown
that was
yourself
on
loyal to
purpose.
me, but look,
Yeah.
this is the reality. We're not
It was on
together all the
purpose, yeah.
time." That could have been an ugly argument.
Yeah, it could
and he
have.
even said, "I don't want to argue with you. This needs to happen for all
Mhm.
parties."
And she said, "You have been good to me."
Yes, you
She
are.
He
is
did
nice.
say that.
I'm
And
telling
she
you,
said
he
that on
gonna be
all
with
the
her
videos,
because
too.
she massages that ego. She probably tell him how great he is, how good he look, how good he smell and feel, and he just
I just lost a
God, that's what he-
husband that was good to me, that's good to my children, because I wouldn't stroke his ego. Okay.
that's no, not every day. You don't have listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I
Hey,
know somebody
girl,
loves you.
Joy.
Their
Girl,
actions
please.
tell you more how they love you than people can say stuff to you every day and treat you like a dog. Actions speak
You
more
got a
than
man,
words
you stroke his.
all
If
the
you
time.
ain't
So
stroking your
Marcel
man
is the kind of man who needs it.
I
Somebody to stroke
I
his ego
massage,
every
I
day.
gaslight. I'll be your
Child, I can't.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these words he's saying to these women don't even matter because the way he treat them is horrible. But
Right.
okay, let him say nice things about him. That's fine. Go
And of
ahead.
course
She
he
even
wasn't gonna
brought up,
stop.
did you call?
Actions,
Wait a minute.
I'm an action type of girl. Have always been an
Ariel
action
even
type of
said,
girl.
Did you
You
call
gotta-
me a peasant?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He was like, "Nah, I ain't call you no
Right.
peasant."
He's
Not
just
this
another
time.
liar.
But
Not this
Martel
time.
has been very clear, even from the second half of the first season when he was talking to his uncle, that he fell in love with this girl.
He did.
Yeah.
He has
Okay,
been
whatever.
truthful about that.
But you know what I think
and then
though?
he even admitted that he said that she was a peasant for Melanie's
Make
sake,
Melanie feel better.
to
Oh,
make her
God.
feel better.
He said that
So-
on camera.
Yeah.
So he
He don't
massages her
care.
ego.
He loved that girl.
He massages Melanie's ego.
You know what I wish
How?
when I
Melanie won't cover him, won't massage.
Melanie
Okay,
ego.
Okay, Joy,
You
you need to
don't let
really
no
quit.
That was not about Melanie. That
win.
was about him not getting cussed out every day for
You
what they
don't
got.
let no side
You don't
chick
know what.
win.
Okay, we see life totally different.
Are
Okay.
you
We
wait a
do.
minute? Are you saying hold on? Are
Because
you
that is not
saying that
massaging my
Melody
ego by
let
you calling your woman a peasant. That's not
Okay.
that's not massaging.
You're saying Melody let her win? Okay, Joy, whatever.
No,
You know
she
what
said
though?
that because he called that girl
You gonna
peasant
be
for
practiced?
Melanie's
Do you
for
know
Melanie's
how
sake.
good
That was
the second
massaging
marriage
Melanie's
be the one
ego.
that lasts? It's that first one. You gonna be a practice marriage?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think Ariel should. It just surprises me how out in the open and ghetto and how she is. I would think that once you know that you have made a mistake, you have a baby by somebody else's husband. Shut up. Shut up. Why are you out here putting your stuff on YouTube? You out here doing interviews. You out here saying Mel is an unfit mother. You bringing all kind of negativity to your situation. Shut up and ride on.
No, she don't
I
have to because
actually
she's the
get that.
main woman.
I actually agree with that, but here's the problem.
Mel's a
I
side
agree
chick.
with you 100%, but again, here's the problem. We are watching a show from the third episode of the first season.
She ain't a castmate.
It's been about her.
Who cares? She's still not a castmate.
From the third episode, it would be troubling for me to watch this play. I can't imagine being. First of all, I don't want to be nobody's side chick. Let's
I
be
could
clear.
not ever.
But you are watching an entire television show about you. Because
And
Melanie and Martel have made this entire show about her. Let me be clear, not Martel, Melanie.
oh
Because
my
Martel
God.
has begged
God.
her.
She played Mel for
Stop.
everything.
Joy.
Yes. Are y'all not saying that
Joy is Martel's
not
#1 fan. I love it. He needs somebody.
I can't.
You got
Here's
it.
the
Joy.
thing.
I'm happy somebody got
Martel has said on more than one occasion, Melody, you put this out there. You shouldn't want nobody to know the bad that you did. We're talking about a child. We're talking about a child. Whether she opened her mouth or not, if they are in the public eye, it's going to come out eventually. It's going to come out eventually.
Ariel's child.
Well, you let it come. There's a difference between you letting it coming out and you putting it out.
Joy, she hurt. I don't understand. I guess because you ain't never been hurt before. And so you don't understand how people react when they're hurt. I've never been hurt like that before.
Then she should have left and said so.
But I do understand why a person would come out and be like, because that's the main thing that bothers her. She says, everybody, he got a baby on the way. Like that tears her spirit.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
like
maybe she would have stayed with him.
Trying to normalize it in her head. That's why she says it like he got a baby on the way.
I mean, it sounds like Martel is mad that the news is out there. Martel, you can't be too mad about it because you was out there making the babies and stuff. So
I don't think he's mad about it. He put it out.
He don't like talking about it.
Okay, then stay off of Melody. Stay off of Melody.
He probably did confirm it.
I mean, he confirmed.
He had to though. She was probably big enough.
He's still bitching about it every other day. He said a couple days ago, Mel's the one who put it out there. No, you the one put it out there.
She should have.
Joy, no.
And sometimes you got to get in front of the story because
let's just call it what it is.
It feels better coming from your mouth than somebody else's. Because you know when somebody would, if Letitia would have came to her with that ammunition,
she took it back. She never forgave him, and it seems like to me that she's torturing him.
Yeah, she should have took it back. I wouldn't have.
Every opportunity she gets, she's still going to torture
Mel. You said Mel is torturing him.
Yes, because she never forgave him. That's what it sounds like.
She was in the relationship for 5 years, knowing that Ariel was there. What do you mean she didn't forgive him? The only reason she left is because of the baby.
The baby's what made her leave.
Joy, I can't even believe you. But
all right, let's move on because I can't anymore with this.
Yeah, let me just.
Okay, so what y'all think about this? Did you see Kimmy posted about how it started and how it's going? Did you like the come together moment with all the women? I thought that was
I did. I thought that was.
Is that them before all this?
Yeah, that's the first, I guess, in the beginning when they were filming, and then this is them now. Kimmy was tiny.
She was.
Wow.
It just broke my heart to see her cry. I just really hate that.
It does.
It definitely hurt. I saw. Look, I'm not discounting that that Mel is hurt because I can see it in her face that
You
she's
are
hurt.
discounting so much about Mel. You should feel
But
really
Mel
sad.
turns mean when she's hurt. I thought that Martel, the things that Martel was saying, he wasn't saying to get back with her. He was saying because he started off with saying, "I know we're going in two different directions." That was the first thing out of his mouth. So he wasn't saying those things to get back with her. I think
Oh my
Martel was like, "Let's stop this for
Oh
our
my
kids."
God. I don't see
Let's
how we watch the
stop all
same
of this
show so
arguing.
differently. Martel is a
mean,
manipulator. He done manipulated
How
Joy.
like they are going in different directions.
He said that because I
Stop
promise you, she would have
arguing.
said, okay,
Every
I'm
time
gonna
they
get rid of my
together,
attorney.
they're gonna
Let's try to
rehash
work
their
it out.
relationship.
He would
That
have,
ain't
he would have
cool.
came crawling back to her, baby. He won't. All right, you'll see when Mel gets another man how he gonna act. All right, so let's move on.
We
Sharon,
have
okay, let's
already,
go to-
wait. We've already seen how he's going to act. How many times did he call when Funky Dineva was interviewing Melody?
Ooh, child.
I mean,
If
come
that's how he
on.
acts,
This man is going through it. And
He's
Joy,
going
he's
through
sitting over there acting like, well, it's Melody's fault. No, it ain't. Child, I ain't never in my life.
I can't
Okay.
with Martel. I can't, and I just can't with him. All right, so
Mhm.
let's go to the pop of culture. All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna talk about some things that are going on. We were doing good until Huntsville gets up. We just do a show about Huntsville one day. 'Cause it gets us.
Look, all I can say is this: if you're watching and you just tuned in, y'all want to binge watch something that'll have you glued to the TV. Is if you
Huntsville.
got a DVR or a demand,
Yeah.
Huntsville is the best reality show I have seen in years.
It
like
is.
glued to the TV. And if you get a glimpse of going on Facebook and going them Huntsville groups, woo, it's just a good
Child.
show. It's
And
a
we do,
good
and you
show.
will see people that are like Joy,
But
and like you'll
it's
see people like
sad.
me, and you'll
I
see people
don't
like
find-
Callie. They all feel differently about it.
yes,
So it's
that's
you
what I
know,
like. That's why I
Yeah.
look. That's
Yeah.
why I said this is why I like us.
mhm.
Because we're not giving a biased situation. You can walk away and hate me, think I'm crazy, love Monique, love Callie, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're giving different perspectives.
Mhm.
That's what it to me vlogging should be. When you have one person that's getting behind something, I don't know where your loyalty. To me, sometimes they're heavy on. If somebody's feeding you stories, they're not
That's what they
going
like.
to. If
Yeah.
somebody feed us stories, we're going to tell it. But Callie or Montanique may think totally different than what I think. And somebody could have fed it to me.
Yeah.
Or I read it and entertained. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
I think that's why we're so good together too.
Yeah.
I really do. And we don't get mad at each other. Like after it's
Yeah.
done, we like, girl, that was good show.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
know.
little heated. I'm just
Because
saying.
I already know. Look, if this go up on YouTube, some folks go tie me up. But no,
You know what? It's crazy. And for me, it's not even okay. We know what Martel did. We know there's a baby out there, but the support that you're giving Martel as if everything Melody did was wrong. That just gets me. That gets me.
I know
That gets me.
Again, I started.
I ain't never seen anything like
Bell,
it.
70-30. She
70%
didn't say
wrong.
100%.
Girl.
I feel like it's more 90-10. I don't know what you
No,
feel like, Callie.
Definitely not 90-10.
I feel like it's 90-10, maybe 85-15. I did math right there. But other than that, yeah. All right, so let's go to Papa Coach. We're gonna start with why I got Shannon Osborne. Sharon Osborne.
Sharon,
Well, is she out or what?
Yes, they said she's out. They said that it's coming back next week and this week and she's out.
She's out. That's what I got right here. That's
She's
coming
out.
back. They announced she's out.
CBS announced that
Yep.
Sharon Osborne made a
I think
decision.
I have the one of her, the CBS.
And she
one too.
should.
She should be out.
To me, one person shouldn't have that much power.
This is, I have their statement. So CBS said Sharon's behavior towards her co-host during the March 10th episode did not align with our values for a respectful workplace.
Right.
That is CBS's statement.
Oh, she look
about her.
She needs to stop
think
putting
it's
the
sad.
Botox in.
I think it's sad. I love Sharon Osbourne. I've always been a fan of Sharon and the whole family. But what gets me is the first time she did something, it should have been dealt with at that time. It should have
agree.
never made it to now. This is the fifth thing she done that's questioning her racism or not. That's
Whatever
what
happened
bothers
to
me
like
about it.
sexual harassment training and hostile
I
work
mean, just-
environment? We have that every year.
Yeah.
Does everybody not do that?
Yeah, we do it
Yeah,
in
we
our
did.
girl, them
And-
things be online. You get your
Yeah.
certificate, you barely read it.
You
Done.
barely live
Yeah.
it.
Guess
You-
who? Yep, that sounds like the answer. Yeah, I wish that companies or whoever would stop letting the first one slide.
I-
Yeah.
Because when you let the first one slide, years later we
It
see,
gives them
especially with
power.
everything they're doing to the Asians right now. I mean,
Oh,
when you see
yeah.
it the first time, deal with it. Don't let it build up, and that seems to be a big
And
problem.
it festers.
It
Yeah.
does. And you feel like you can get away with it. Oh, they didn't say nothing
Yeah.
last time. They didn't
Yeah.
say
I
nothing this
agree.
time.
Which is,
Yeah.
if y'all ever if you want to sit and binge on some TV, the Apple TV show, The Morning Show,
Okay.
is so freaking good. It's only 10 episodes in the first season. The second season will be out. It's based loosely off of Matt Lauer and his whole
Oh.
situation. And it
I'm
has
gonna have to
Reese
look The Morning
Witherspoon
Show.
in it.
Okay.
Reese
Well,
Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. And it is absolutely
What's this?
fantastic.
this is what look at what's on her finger. What you
This
see?
is oh yeah, that's why she got
What you see on Giselle's finger?
Is that a ring? Is that that's the
Yeah.
ring you wear your wedding ring on, right?
Right? Okay, so Bravo took the chat room ladies took over Bravo TV Instagram. And Giselle, I had all of the ladies in one thing, but I was like, no, I wanted y'all to see her ring. What y'all think?
Is this a new show?
They just took over.
No, it's not new.
They took over like Tuesday because I was at my meeting, so I had to watch it later.
Yeah.
So
But
they're
they
not
just
coming
had-
on Sunday.
I wish they would get us. They have vloggers come on and ask them questions.
Yeah, they
Oh.
did.
It was really good. I think you can still watch it. But Giselle had this ring and she kept showing it. Nobody.
I didn't.
But
I mean, I watched that
Giselle
episode
had
too.
on a ring the day that Monique and them had a fight. 'Cause-
Did she?
Yes, because we freeze frame. We were trying to figure out whose arm touched Monique.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's how we figured it out.
But was
because
it on her
of
left
Giselle's
hand?
ring.
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to go
To
back.
be honest, I can't remember, but when we rewatched the episode, that's how we figured out that it was
It was Giselle.
Giselle because
Mhm.
of her ring.
Ah.
When we were trying to figure out who touched who first, it
Yeah.
was Giselle's hand, and that's how we figured it was through those rings. So she's been wearing rings, and that could have been her. I mean, if you have 3 daughters by your husband, most women don't throw those rings away. They
Yeah.
keep them. Even if you keep it in a safe or keep it away or put it up, you don't necessarily.
And I mean,
Get
that's
rid of it.
beautiful. I mean, I think I might still wear it. So, did anybody watch the New York trailer? I have not watched it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have not. Did it come
I
out?
watched it.
I
That
don't know.
girl, the new girl is a lot. What's
It's
her
2
name?
black girls.
It's two. I think she's just a friend.
She's just
Her
a friend,
and
but
Leah are friends. And
the
then,
new girl is a lot spicier than I expected her to be. I was
Who's
really
one?
shocked.
Which one is gonna be the new girl in the
In
pink
the
The
middle,
one in the
with
middle.
with the watches on.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
she's an AKA. So I'm wondering if Giselle knows her.
yeah. And her and Luann get into it. I'm ready. Bring it.
And her and Ramona
See,
get into
which
it.
one is Luann?
Luann is the countess up there in the right top.
And Ramona,
Okay.
she get into Ramona too. But this is
Yeah,
a
and
small
I was
cast. It's
expecting
only
Ramona.
them.
Ramona's always made her little
This
comments.
will be my first season watching New York. I've
What?
never watched
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah, you know,
Joy,
I
you
have this
missed
thing.
17
Look, I
seasons of
have this thing
fabulousness.
about you gotta have a person of color. Although
Oh, well, they
I
ain't-
only watched New Jersey from the beginning because when Atlanta was starting, New Jersey actually was in the middle of opening right before Atlanta, and I had heard them advertising Atlanta. So I had the Sunday or a couple of days before Atlanta was premiered, I turned on Bravo, and they were in the middle of a what do you call it, reruns,
Mhm.
and I started watching it, and it was good from very beginning. So
They
that's the
crazy.
only reason why I watched
Yeah.
it, because for years I only watched New Jersey and Atlanta.
And people talk about how Potomac and them talk dirty, bad to each other.
Oh,
They talk so bad to each other in New York. I don't know
Yeah,
how they
New York
remain
is off
friends.
the chain. They've had some good seasons. I mean,
It's
not all of
Okay.
them, but overall,
Yeah.
And they
steal off.
they some drunks. Like if I'm telling you, if any
They
of
said
us
I heard
would
that
act like
none
they
of the
do,
seasons eat either. They said none of the people really eat except
No.
Atlanta and Potomac.
yes, they
Yeah,
don't. And New
that's
York
true.
just drinks. And they
Yep.
fall and they be so drunk. And nobody talks about them. But if we did that on Potomac or Atlanta, oh my God.
Okay,
That
so
new chick, that new chick seems like she's drinking. She
You
seems
gotta
like
watch.
she can drink from folks
Yeah,
under the
I'ma watch.
table.
when does it
Oh.
start? Did they have a start date?
I don't know. I didn't even watch the trailer yet.
Okay,
That's
well,
good.
put it if you come across the trailer, put it in the.
I'll put it in the thing. And then
yeah.
it looks like have you been
It's
looking at their
posted too.
Instagram? It looks like Potomac is on a cash trip. I don't think I got the pictures.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with? I wonder is I see, as somebody said, everybody together except I
Karen.
seen that picture except Karen.
Everybody's together but Karen. Do you think they're gonna ostracize Karen?
No, I think Karen's gonna ostracize herself. But look,
Yeah.
Wendy was killing it in that
Wendy was
Ivy Park
cute.
outfit.
Yeah, she did look good. She looked
She
good.
looked good. I thought
She
I had
looked
the
very
picture, but I didn't
cute.
save it.
I
She
think
looked-
that Karen really ostracized herself.
Thank
when
you.
She went Team Monique. Because
Did we just agree? We just agreed.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
I
I'm
think
like
when
nervous.
she went Team Monique,
Mhm.
I think had there's one way to stay neutral, and she did not stay neutral.
She did.
She
Because
didn't.
my whole thing is, had she not said nothing, she would have been good. Or just whatever. You decide to only ostracize or tell your friend what you think off camera. To me, that's not staying
No.
neutral. When you're making it clear that Candace, you felt like Candace was wrong. Or
Yeah.
just because Candace admit that her hands move, somehow she's culpable for her beating her up or touching her lapel was justified.
What's grounds for her to fight her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So,
shocked that
yeah,
Karen felt that
I don't
way.
think she stayed neutral. And so she kind of ostracized herself. That's why I thought that this new girl was possibly going to be her friend.
I don't know. I'm gonna see if she follows Karen. But that's
Oh,
Yeah,
Wendy.
I don't
Look at how
know.
cute she looks.
Ain't
She look
cute? Look
good.
at her.
She looks
She looks
good.
You know, Portia had on her Ivy Park outfit last episode.
And here
It-
Ashley looks so pretty, y'all. She
it
just
was
had the
nice.
baby.
Yeah.
She just left her brand new baby.
She said that she
Joy,
she
we
said
know
it.
that is against the law.
Oh, that's
in
against
Missouri.
Joy's rules, honey. Ashley
I
was a
just-
bad
No.
mama.
I ain't
Oh,
say you a bad
Ashley.
mama. Joy just don't understand.
You a bad Joy.
You
Women
know-
have to do it every day, Joy. They do.
That baby can't be no more
Some
than 2
women
weeks
don't
old.
even have maternity
That
leave and
baby
sick
don't
time and
even
stuff.
Please
be
don't
2
call
weeks
Child
old.
Protective Services on her, Joy. Please
Oh,
don't.
she gonna get in trouble. And then this is all
Please.
Giselle showed. She
Think
just
that
showed her
baby is
shoes,
2
and they're
weeks old?
supposedly.
They showed them in a bikini.
Somebody
Robin
please
Giselle.
take her cell phone. She's gonna call CPS. I can't. Stop.
Joy, don't you call on Ashley. Call
Oh
on
my
Mike,
goodness.
but don't call on Ashley. Okay, call on the daddy.
Mhm.
See, Joy don't think daddies can do wrong sometimes. Though.
I would not. To
Clearly.
me,
Go to work.
that would have been
I ain't never seen
appropriate to take
anything
her
like that.
baby and a nanny trip.
Yeah, I can't believe she didn't take a nanny. I wonder why.
Because that's my, to me, that would have been appropriate time to take
Yeah.
a nanny.
Well, she did it for her
And a
first
baby.
baby. Remember, she
But I
got her
could see your
friend.
first baby being one. He's
Yeah.
old enough to leave.
Yeah,
I mean, look, and my whole thing is, and you're breastfeeding. I'm assuming she's breastfeeding because she
I'm sure
breastfed
she
the
is.
first baby.
Mhm.
I can't conceive that. Not at that age. I just can't.
We
Okay,
know.
now- and
Oh,
I
let's talk
picture
about
up.
this. That
Even
is
though
so
this is-
wrong.
even though this is Joy's boo, I had to include
It's
him.
not my
He's the
boo.
worst.
Y'all so silly. He's not my boo. I feel
Look,
Martel.
Look where we are becoming
Look,
friends. Admit
I
your
have a
truth,
soft
honey.
spot for a man that can express himself.
She
Now
just
this-
likes a man that can admit that he's wrong. Then it's okay. So who is this guy? I have never listened to him. So
So
what makes
he's
him
a guy
so
that
good?
sits in his car
Okay.
and he gives women, mostly, I think was his audience, advice. If your man ain't doing this, then you should
Yeah.
be, he ain't really interested in you type
Oh,
thing.
like
And
okay.
he had become like an internet sensation. And he was always in the car. Well, you end up finding out that one of the episodes, or probably a few of them, he would be outside the girlfriend house.
Joyce, shut up. No.
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 And so Tasha K allegedly put this story out that he had
Tasha
been
K
cheating,
don't play.
and she had been cheating. So he went on a live with his wife,
And her
because
bonnet.
apparently in 2020 they've already worked this out. So apparently
Okay.
the wife found out about the affair and she left him like right before the pandemic.
Mhm.
So they hadn't been together, for a while, and then they recently got back together. The problem, one of the things that people kind of picked out was the fact that, one, she wasn't in a bonnet, although it looked like a bonnet.
Oh,
She
okay.
was actually in a beret with black glasses like this. So everybody was saying,
Oh God, them some of the funniest memes.
yes, why are you putting out, you got your, and I don't want to say this, I hate saying this, but I'm just gonna say it like this. She's a pretty girl, but she didn't dress herself up. So she's sitting on this live with her husband, him looking like he holding her hands so tight, he's cutting off the circulation. She's sitting up here with these glasses and a black bonnet on, looking like a black bonnet. It was really a beret.
Okay.
It's like a little hat and a shirt. So they kept comparing her to the type of girls that he was picking.
Oh.
So here is a situation we kind of talked about earlier. The kind of women that men pick and the kind that they mess with.
Oh my God.
Totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I find fascinating about this though? Just if I'm keeping it 100, is the fact that, you hate to say that about her, but yet you sit and easily say Melody lost her husband because she was not attentive enough.
She
Joy.
was.
Okay, but this woman, okay, I feel like I understand.
Well, first of all, we don't know what's the breakdown with this.
Yeah, we don't. Okay, but I want to talk about how she came looking. Okay, so when you hurt, and I don't know if you still hurt. Yeah, will you send it to me? I can put it up.
Yeah.
If you put in the chat real quick. But everybody can't be like Vanessa Bryant.
What's his last
name? You know what I mean?
name?
You remember when Kobe cheated on her and she got all pretty and she got her new ring.
So why do we think the focus is on her? Because of the other girls?
Yeah, everybody can't dress up for it. You can't fake it by trying to be pretty. She wanted to be herself. I see nothing wrong with that. I hate that people are comparing them. You just cannot say because somebody is not as pretty, because Halle Berry got cheated on. Beyonce done.
Beyonce got treated. It's not about look, but that's
not
really
about look. So I hate
it's not
people
about
to do
look.
that.
Men need, as bad as we don't want to admit it, they're just as worse as we are a lot of times.
Yeah.
They need just as much attention and love and affection. And if they feel like you ain't, what's Derek's last name?
Jax or something like that. Jax.
Jaxn.
Yeah, okay. Jackson, I guess.
Is there okay?
I didn't think, I thought she on the bonnet because all the memes I see, because they had one with like a cartoon lady and she got the bonnet on and they say it's her looking at him with his girlfriend out the window.
Yeah.
So what did the girls look like? Were they like va va va?
Yeah, they were exotic.
I haven't even seen them. That's funny. I haven't seen them.
I've seen. I'm gonna put this one in here.
Okay, put in the chat and I can save it real quick and share.
But I'm gonna put this one in here right quick. Men, you have to decide. Okay. Let me see.
I got it. I mean, she just looked like, Would you have appeared like that?
Hold on.
If you forced me to sit down, probably.
So you think she didn't want to do it? I don't even look like she got on a bra. She wasn't.
Oh, but I just cannot believe how many people are going in on her like that.
Yeah.
She's even pretty right here. So I feel like this. If a girl can be pretty like this, when they do, I don't wear makeup. I wear lip gloss and I be trying to put on eyeshadow with y'all. But normally I don't wear anything. I think her skin looks pretty. I mean, she's not ugly. She got her eyebrows done. I mean,
she's not ugly, but
she's
then
not.
she
And if she
comes
can look
back.
like this here,
She
just
comes
think if she
back
did
and
have
do
her
more
hair
interviews.
in
The
braids or
problem-
whatever.
Here's the other girls.
If
She
she,
comes back. Yeah, I'll sing you. She comes back the next day because she looked like a hostage and everybody was talking about it.
Okay.
She came back the next day and
She looked like a hostage.
I'm serious.
It does
And
look
this
like he
time
hijacked her to do this. Like she didn't really want to. Look at her face.
she comes back. I'm finna show
I
you
feel
a
like she
picture.
could be my sister. She ain't ugly. Y'all better leave her
No,
alone.
she's definitely not. I'm finna send you a
Yeah.
picture of their wedding and here are the girlfriends. I just put it in the group.
Okay, I'm about to do it.
So the problem is,
Oh my gosh, she's pretty.
a whole bunch of TikTokers and men popped in and was saying, I know why he cheated because this is what he came
No.
home to. And this
Joy,
is what
not
I just say that I'm telling you what I'm
no.
relaying
This
some
what you just
information.
sent me. No, what
Here's
you
the
just
thing.
sent me, girl. This is crazy.
You know
I'm
what? The
not
girls don't really
friends.
look at
Look at this.
look
Who
at the
did
pregnant
that?
emoji. I can't.
Joy. Who wrote that?
I did not.
Surviving
I
Derek
said,
Jackson.
no lie. And just sent it.
I'm sorry.
You know what though? But
That is so good. You
the
found
girl
some
holding the iPhone does not look like his wife, but the others, they kind of all look alike. It's just the wife is sitting there with no
these are
makeup on.
side girls, right?
Yeah, she had on
Yeah.
her little bonnet beret.
She's so pretty.
I think she's very pretty. But when she came in the next day with that army stuff on, again,
What? Oh,
looking with she was trying to explain. There she
Is that her? What, is that the wife?
That's the wife.
yes.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, if these people better leave her alone.
But let me see if I can find you where she came
I
back.
need the army
the
one because
next
girl,
day.
this is so good to me. I love when I don't know stuff and y'all show it to me.
You have to see the
It's
TikTokers about them and all the people that's emulating them. Girl, they had you on the floor.
I'm
It
sorry,
is
I'm not supposed to
hilarious.
laugh. I feel bad for laughing.
Antonia
surviving.
TKO. If y'all don't listen to her, you might wanna.
Who is it?
Tonya TKO. That
Tonya.
girl's expressions
Okay.
and laughing at this little beret. She just is just funny. I love it.
Okay,
This was her. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you the picture of her the next
Okay.
day.
Oh,
And
girl,
why
I'm
people
crying, y'all.
drove
That's
the
not
mess
funny.
out of her.
Not
Oh,
surviving.
here it
this.
is. Did you get the picture?
Of her in the
Oh.
army.
She
Yeah.
about to send it. Oh,
Okay,
God.
yeah, I see it here. I see it here.
Sandy,
I'm,
yeah.
y'all.
That was
I'm
her
like, where
the
my-
next
I need
day
I need a tissue
explaining,
so I can do the candies. Hold on.
basically explaining.
Here she is. Hey,
Okay, hold
girl.
on, y'all. Who is this? Who is this? Look what I'm doing.
Candace, quit. Talk about
Oh, you
Candace.
just made you some
ain't
square paper. You so silly.
Mm-mm. All right, look here.
I got tears coming out my eyes for real. I don't see it yet.
I'll post one. And this was her the very next day. Mind you, he was not sitting beside her.
Wanted, you know what? All right. Once it's really cracking up. Okay.
Y'all ain't right.
Ciao.
Who made these? These people are wrong. You hear me?
So,
Oh, Jesus.
so that was really the problem. She showed up the next day.
But she is
Mind
cracking
you,
up.
looking like that, like she from Fight the Power. So people just was like,
She
girl.
did not just say fight the power. Yes, she did. I can't.
Why? Why? Who got the saxophone?
Girl, it was so weird. And she's an attractive girl. That's just not her thing. I don't think dialing up is her thing. So now you had all these men on TikTok saying, well, that's why they cheat. That's why she cheating.
Oh, God.
It's just crazy.
Why did she wear that?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, war, honey. I'm all right with you, girl. And he got his fight the power. Yes, okay. I need to read about that more.
But
That's
it's the
awesome.
third person video he made,
Are they still
critiquing his own
together?
actions. That told me that, okay, he needs maybe some medicine.
Are they still together or no?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Whoo, Lord. Okay, let's move on. That was good, y'all. Thank y'all.
He's so silly.
Okay, so so Joy, you have been the
Well,
psychic of the season.
we didn't even talk about this.
Mm.
Oh,
You
I
have
told
been-
you. Yeah,
You have been the psychic of the season. I didn't
did.
even know. Yes, I threw this. Look at this.
Look, Evelyn is strategic and manipulative in a way that I knew that this was going to happen. When I knew that Jen was coming back, I said, oh, she finna make up with her because she can't have too many enemies at a time, because I said earlier she did the same thing with Jackie when Tammy came back.
They
She
didn't do it
wasn't
on
gonna
TV
have-
though.
Huh?
They didn't do it on TV. I was glad they didn't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, they didn't do it on. Well, the last episode, I think they do.
I
No,
didn't
they
watch
didn't.
it.
The
No,
last episode comes on this week. They're
no,
all
the last
everybody is-
episode was last week. It's done.
No, there's one more.
No,
It was
it's not.
supposed to be that they cut it.
No, it's one more episode. I saw the preview. Everybody is together and they asked OG to leave.
Okay,
And
that was
there's a-
last week.
No, there's one
Yes,
more
it was.
I don't know. I don't watch it no more.
Okay,
Even-
I watch it. OG
Okay.
left last week. There's one episode, and the episode is them all dancing and getting together and having fun.
Yes.
All together.
Yes.
Happens this week.
Okay, are you saying with Shawnee?
I think Shiny calls or something, because I think they come back. I think
Okay.
because everybody
know.
left, but I think they come back.
Well, all I know
at
is
least that's how the previews made you think.
well, Evelyn was on Wendy. I think I have a picture of it.
Yeah, she
and
was.
she talked about that this was just like a COVID special, that they
Correct.
are definitely coming back. She doesn't know if she's coming back, but they're definitely going to have a regular season. And Jennifer has also said that she was going to do it too.
Okay, but did you watch the Wendy Williams show or did you just see a clip?
I watched it. Yeah.
Okay,
I watched
so
some of it.
on that show, didn't Wendy say, I have to tell you, for this to be the final episode, it sure was kind of boring. And
I think she did say something like that.
And Evelyn agreed with her.
I'll tell you this, they are advertising as if there's one more episode.
And it could have supposed to have been one more, but
and
production
you
stopped.
get the impression that everybody's there except Shiny.
okay.
I mean, except not Shiny,
OG.
except OG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So why did they tell her to leave? Explain that to me real quick.
because she
Jackie,
was not
well,
willing to kiss up to
Yeah, they basically
girls' butt.
OG's argument is this situation will only work if I say everybody's not a colorist. I was tripping. I was mistaken. I thought I saw. I really did. That's the only way they can move forward. There was no bending on their side, because here's my issue with it. There are things that we do unconsciously that a true colorist can point out.
Yeah.
That we are not even aware of. I'm okay with saying, dang, I mean, that's just life. I call it a conscious and an unconscious state. Once you know better, you do better. There are things that I do that I never even thought about, that I know I didn't think about until I had my daughter. Oh my God, you so pretty to be chocolate, girl. Look at that chocolate thing, girl. That baby looked like a little chocolate drop.
Like a little chocolate Barbie doll.
Even if they're positive. Now, I even admit it. My daughter loves, girl, your melanin is popping. Those are, although those are compliments, truly compliments. My daughter tends to like that one. You are making light of how attractive they are with color. That's colorist.
It is, because like a dark skinned person ain't supposed to be pretty.
And your intention when you say things like that is 100% pure. But once you know better, this was my problem. This was my issue with OG. OG would try to give them nitbits, but people wouldn't accept it.
Right.
And she held back a lot when she should have been clear. Because the comment that she made about you as a parent said, girl, if you don't get your black tail over here and sit down, that is colorist. We don't consider it because it's cultural. There are cultural things that we have done. It's saying somebody's a red bone. That's cultural. That's things that we've done in our culture. But it's a colorist statement. We just don't hear it because it's a part of our culture to say, girl, look at that old pretty little chocolate baby.
And
Look at
OG,
that picture.
and OG's coming with the receipts, right, of all this too, right?
You guys, it's over. It's over. I'm going to send you the link right now where it even says, what did you guys think of the season finale?
What?
I watched it.
So why
It's
did
over.
they not? So maybe
And
they
did.
decided
Shotty
not to
wasn't
do
there.
it.
Evelyn came back to the house. OG didn't party and have fun with them. All that did
I
happen.
don't want.
And it was last
Thought
week.
that they went. No, they went. Unless I went to sleep or something. I
No,
know
you
that
were probably
Evelyn
just
came
kind of
back.
supporting Martel or something.
Huh?
You was probably supporting
Kept this
Martel or
up when
something. and missed it.
Martel kept calling on Funky when she
That's
was
what
doing
it
the
was.
interview.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
see
I
where
know
he
what
was?
you're
He was
talking
in the chat.
Yeah, I see that.
What do you
Yeah,
think about her
send
doing all those interviews, Joy?
a link.
I mean,
I
you
feel
know,
like-
somebody called them.
I felt like she was really nicer than I thought she would be.
Who?
Mel.
Oh, yes, you're a very sweet girl.
She was very great speaker. I can see how
Yeah.
she kind of took the lead on speaking engagements. She
Even
when
with
even
even
when
when
Funky was
Funky
like,
didn't
I didn't
equal-
like you at first. I felt like you
Yeah,
was weak if
yeah.
you stayed with him. And
Yeah.
she was just like, oh, okay. Like she didn't, like she was just like, oh, okay. You know, like she was just listening and she was so different than I thought.
Yeah,
Who?
Melody.
Melody, like she's very good at interviews.
Yeah, she's really, really, really good. I was a little shocked too, but I had always heard how nice and gracious she really comes off. Yeah, so she seems
She
really
was
good.
like that with Heavenly, because people had told her not to go on Heavenly show. They felt like Heavenly was going to be messy, but she
And
really
Heavenly was anything but. She loved
was.
Melody. Yeah.
She told Melody, she said, when I first met you, I told you that your husband was a cheater. She said, yeah. So, Joy, people can look at Martel and tell he a cheater.
I
It's
mean,
okay.
I'm not arguing with you that that Martel is a cheater. I mean, he's clear that he cheats. I'm not. I wouldn't argue that he wasn't. I just think that Martel made the wrong choice. And I think that Martel is going to, as he should, he's going to get more hurt than what he thinks. And I think that he has many regrets, but I also think that Mel will as well.
Look at us with these
Because
blue eyes, huh?
I think that all marriages, when you break down, the worst thing you could do is think 100% that other person is to blame and you corner none. Because the same issues that Martel was having with her, she's going to revisit them again.
I just hope she gets a
you
different
have to
type of
take
man.
time to fight for your family. You can't fight for your family and not prioritize it over your career. I'm just sorry. I believe
And 5
that.
years wasn't long enough.
I feel like
didn't say
5
that.
if he cheating on me, I feel
didn't
like
say
she
that.
should have left a long time ago too. I feel like
Yeah,
they're both to
and
blame on
and
staying
she would
together.
have had
I will give them both that. They
She
should
would
have
have had every right to leave him at
Yeah,
the
she
first
should have left him.
incident. But if you decide to stay in a situation and you tell him, I think you need to choose, because it seems like that's at some point she gave him that ultimatum. You need to choose. Martel by then was so in, like, I don't understand how your husband can have an affair for 2-3 years and you not notice it.
She knew it. She
No,
knew
she
it. She
did
thought
not
it
the
had
whole.
stopped for a
If you
while.
watched the first season, she
Yeah.
didn't know they were 3 years in. That's not
Yeah, it
true.
was 3 years.
She
Watch
said she
it.
thought it had
Found out
stopped for a
because
Watch it.
while.
of
Go
she
back
answered
and
the
watch
phone,
the
I
first
think.
season.
Was
They
it
were
because she
3
answered the
years
phone
in
and the
before
girl
she
said
found
put
out.
Martel on the phone? Remember?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
in the interview she said the girl was that it was her. Like, put him on the
Right.
phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's so
He
bold.
had been cheating
Oh, I
since
want to talk
Boss
about it.
Baby was first born.
Yeah.
When Boss Baby was first born, they were
Yeah.
2-3 years in. That's what she found out. That's how busy you been. It ain't. I don't.
She said she wasn't the type to check phones and all that. And if he was coming home every night, because he said I cheated, but I came home every night.
Oh, okay.
He was
That's
faithful
what
to
he
both
said.
of them.
He
Oh,
said I
okay.
came home every night. I
Okay.
cheated, but I was respectful with it. I didn't treat you.
Oh, okay.
I can't. Ain't that was his words, not mine, Joe.
No, that wasn't his words. That was hers.
That was
Go
his
back.
words,
That was
verbatim.
his words.
No, it was.
Joy, are you
Go
watching the same
back.
show?
First of all,
Jesus.
Letitia started
Okay, let's move on.
respectful
Oh,
cheating.
watch me, watch me.
Letitia
Okay, so
started it.
Where's my
They
Bible?
just played it in the thing the other day.
well, they both said it because I heard it from his mouth. He said it.
Letitia started because she asked them at an anniversary party about
started
it. Started off with her. And she mentioned at the anniversary party about respectable cheating. People was just talking about that in one of them groups.
Okay. All right. So he didn't say it. Okay, so let's go to
He said it. We just
I
gonna be
heard it,
okay.
but it's okay.
So that we
He
can,
may have said it later. I do remember him saying something about respectable.
That's why she didn't know. Okay, whoever said it, that's why
Letitia
he came home every night. He claimed he was at the gym. He claimed he was doing this for the business.
It was the day that they talked about
She didn't question him when he got busy. She thought he was making money moves. And so therefore she trusted her husband. That's okay. If you think he's out there making money moves, if he coming home every night, if he got a second cell phone that you don't know about that this girl is calling, you can't look at the phone bill. There's certain things that don't mean you too busy. And even if you are kind of busy, he still was cheating. I done been busy in a relationship. I hope nobody won't cheat on me because I'm busy at that moment. Okay, let's go to
I don't think that's a but. If your husband comes to you and say, Montanique, I get that you're doing a lot. I need you to slow down. Your husband needs.
We had this conversation and he told me, I'm gonna tell you what I was told. If you at this upward trajectory and I know that you're doing this for my family, if I feel like I'm neglected, then I'm gonna get on the plane with you and we're gonna take the kids and we're gonna go. I'm not gonna cheat because you busy and I'm not gonna stop you because you busy.
Okay.
But I got a different type. You know what I mean?
What?
Okay. So
good Lord.
oh, because I be pissed
Jack.
about this show. So we have real good conversation. Oh, watch me. So look at us with these blue eyes, Callie. I like it, okay?
Montanique was like,
before. They changed.
Montanique, I don't want them blue eyes.
I know, girl, they the really
blue. Yeah.
All right, so we have this. So Andy has a show coming on April Fool's Day. And Giselle, I have to do Giselle because that's my girl. She's going to be part of it. She posts this on her Instagram, but it's called For Real, The Story of Reality. I have no idea what it's about.
You can't tell me she ain't no favorite.
That's what like people talking about. She's the face of Potomac. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree with that.
I mean, she is. But she's gonna be on there. I think Teresa's gonna be on his favorites. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be on there. I think Teresa, the Kardashians are gonna be on. It's gonna be more than just his world.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna go back to the real world.
Yeah, he's gonna go through it all. And you think you're gonna watch it? I might watch the first one.
I might watch it. Yeah, I'll see.
But it's on April 1st. I watched Lisa Vanderpump's Overserved, and it may be just because I love her, but she had Vivica and Lance. I laughed the entire time. It was so good. But I don't know if y'all would like it, but it was good. And then what else do we have? The Aretha one. Oh, here we go. Now I didn't watch this. Who watched this? Did you watch it?
I watched the first 3.
I watched the first one.
I watched the first 3.
Did you like it? People said she didn't look like her, but she was good.
I liked the first one. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't watch it after that because I heard bad reviews, so I didn't make it a preference. So I think
it wasn't good. They didn't make it.
I know her family doesn't
make
like
it interesting.
When I heard about her and Martin Luther King, that's honestly why I didn't want to watch it anymore. I didn't want to hear or see that.
What happened?
About her and Martin Luther King Jr. having an affair is what it appeared to be. And that, when I heard that, I thought
it has, but it was
it's in
really
the second episode, I believe.
It was really weird how they played out her story. Like they have her as an adult and they flashing back. Like it's things you knew about her. Like, but it's leading up to so much controversy. Like I knew that Aretha had her first baby at 12.
No,
she had another baby. Yes, she did. Her second baby at 14.
Yeah, I
So-
was shocked when I heard that. I
Me
never
too.
really
I
knew that.
I knew that because I had read something about many years ago. It was like a post about, I don't even think it was a post. It could have been where you talk about people whose life has stopped because they had children. And it was
Yeah.
kind of, there was like Aretha Franklin had 2 babies before she was 14, by 14.
Who were the people? Like, did she have the same
Okay.
person?
You know, this is what made it really interesting. Do you know that nobody knew who the father of her 2 children were until she physically died? In her
I had
will,
heard that.
not
Yeah.
even not even the children. She has
Mhm.
said that because if you read old, if you can Google her right now to read about her life, it'll say she had a baby by her classmate because that's what she had told people. When before she died, she had some handwritten wills, and all of them are in litigation right now because they're all fighting. In litigation, she told her 2 boys who her father was and that man could not at no point ever have any ownership over anything that was hers. So in other
Wow.
words, if the children died before her or
Yeah.
her oldest son has special needs, so he has to be specifically taken care of. So in other words, if something happened to him, this guy, that's why she said his name, because she didn't want him to touch anything that was hers.
Anything.
She said he had never given more in her handwritten will, more than $5 or $10 their
Yeah.
entire life.
How old was this person?
And I'm thinking, okay, so if you watch the show, that was what was so confusing. All you knew is her father used to take her on a road with him because he was like a traveling preacher, and they
Okay.
keep showing flashbacks. They show you guys that was around her, and you don't know who he is, and so it's kind of oblivious. But when you read about the handwritten will that they're now litigating, that's the only reason why we know about it now.
Yeah.
Because they're all litigating because she had $80 million.
Shut up.
Yeah, when she died, she was worth $80 million. So they're not litigating that, they're arguing over that money.
Is it
And
not
she
enough
had
money
4
for everybody
boys.
to get $1 million? It's 80 people.
20, it's 20. They should just
So
get
they
20.
should be able to be okay with that, right?
They really should. They should just split the $20
Just
million
split it.
amongst her. I mean, the $80 million amongst her 4 boys.
That's right.
Because she wasn't married. She had 4 children. The oldest just needs a
Caretaker.
a care
Yeah.
person. And that's why she put in.
That's
who
too
the
much money to
father
be
was.
fighting over because the lawyer fees are going to take some that. They need to
They're
figure
gonna
that
take
out.
a great deal of it, yeah. Because to me, none of her nieces and nephews, because they should be under their fathers.
Yeah, they should not be.
Yeah, because her the executor was it her granddaughter or her niece? It wasn't one of her boys. It was
Okay.
somebody underneath her.
I didn't know she was worth that much. Aretha better do it.
Yeah, and
All
you
right,
know
but
what I
yeah.
thought was fascinating as well is that I don't know when it stopped. I'm assuming it had to. She would only take cash payments.
Yes.
Period.
Really?
You know, so I wonder when that stopped, and then when she died, what was really there in cash? Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was
And
probably some
they only found these wills cleaning up after she died. She
Really?
wrote 3 or 4 of them in hand. So they're
So she didn't go to like a office and
no, she wrote them in her hand because
She didn't trust people.
Some place that I looked up actually showed like a page or 2 because one of them was 20 pages long. She was very specific about where she wanted her money.
Okay. Well, at least she had that much because some people don't even do anything.
Yeah,
I
she's
think that was
worth $80 million.
Prince's issue. Was he didn't have a will.
I was
Who?
so
Oh,
surprised
Prince.
about that.
And when
Yeah.
you don't have a will, the state or something can take some of your money. It's just weird.
Well, he had a sister. He just didn't have children or
Yeah.
wife.
He should have just wrote something out to his sister.
And he didn't own his masters.
I know. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So let's get
Now
to
Michael Jackson at least owned himself.
his masters. And I think not Aretha Franklin, Lord, Anita Baker is trying to get hers. So she's telling people not to stream her music. Did you read about that? Because she's trying to, yeah. The same way that Dave Chappelle did his thing to get Yeah, she's trying to do that, but
They put all his stuff back up though.
they
'cause I
did. He
saw it
got
on
his money.
HBO Max and
Yep.
I saw it on
Netflix
Netflix.
did. Yeah. So he got what he deserved, which is,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to do that. So we're on Let's Get Political. I don't have much on this. I don't really know much about this. I know a lot of things are going on in Georgia. There's
Oh,
some type
yeah.
of voters bill that they're saying is kind of like Jim Crow, but
They
can't-
already voted on. It's already done.
It's
Yes,
already,
right?
it's already
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
in
lady went to
Georgia-
jail, right?
Well, and it's crazy because one of the representatives, if y'all, you can actually watch her video.
Yeah, I
Literally,
just got a picture.
When they were signing it, she just knocked at the door.
He knocked on the
Yeah,
door.
I thought that she busted. Because they said
That's
she
what they
knocked
made
at
it
the
sound
door.
like.
I
There it is. There she goes.
I thought she went to his house.
No,
Because
Right.
initially when they were playing it, that's the impression that I got, that she went to his house. When I saw this video, when I say it was a knock, she wasn't banging on it. She knocked at the
Yeah.
door.
yeah.
Right.
And they arrested her for that. And but I will say this about the law. It's not about water, because who really cares about water?
Right.
There are certain things that they are taking away in the South. So in southern states, in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia specifically, because of what happened after slavery had ended, during the Civil War, not Civil War, the Civil Rights Act in the
Okay.
60s, they put these provisions specifically in those states because they felt like those states wouldn't act right unless you had certain provisions in place. And they were like, because of Jim Crow. So they put provisions, they took those provisions away a couple of years ago with Supreme Court.
Mhm.
And within I don't even think some states within 24 hours was writing bills to
Yep.
restrict what we would call voter suppression. Now, I don't think it's voter suppression if you can't give out water
Yeah,
when
water.
you're standing in line. Because
Yeah.
I've never seen that outside of those states. It's
I've
certain
never,
things
and
that
maybe
are-
the lines are longer there. Is that why it's such a big deal? Like,
Well, yes, that's the voter suppression part. So in certain zip codes, instead of having a certain portion based of certain amount of buildings where you can go and vote based off of the numbers like they do in other districts,
right.
they'll lessen them in those.
Yeah.
They'll say, so instead of making it easy, like I'll give you an example in Alabama, which is really, really popular, which was souls to the polls, where
Yes, they said they took that away when you can't bust people.
so on Sundays, that was
Yeah.
a big deal. They used to have 4, and then they took it down to 2. Now they're only saying 1 Sunday a month. Now, what's crazy is I've never heard of that in St. Louis. Have you ever heard of that in Kansas?
No.
I haven't.
Or
I haven't
even
heard it
in
here.
Nashville, and you live in the South. But
Uh-uh.
see, Nashville, because Nashville had been pretty neutral in a lot of things. Tennessee, although it's the South, had been neutral in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So they may do some things, but they didn't go all in the way you see Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi.
Mhm.
So that's the issue, is that they're coming up saying that you have to have ID. How you gonna do that when you're doing mail-ins? I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Why it's not a big deal for me.
Me.
It
Yeah.
may be a big deal for Pookie, who you have to make vote.
We're gonna have to make them go get. So we're just gonna have to be more active and get people to.
and
They
let's be
need more
honest,
polling places though. Can they not?
the camp in Georgia is doing that because he already knows that Stacey Abrams is going to go as there's a reason why she's not in the Biden administration. She wants to be governor of Georgia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's really the issue. So he's planning for her to do her stuff.
And so he's going to block it, but try to.
So he's trying to block it. I
Oh,
mean, the last time he took 50,000 people off the roster last minute. Now, look, they do clean up rosters. We know that they happen.
Yeah.
But it may be, it should be a minimal amount of people. It should be, 700 people that died.
He
Or
did 50,000?
50,000 people, and like days before voting happened. And see, the easier it is to vote, the more they vote. They're proving that. They've proven that, and the state of Georgia is terrified about that, because when Fulton County, when all of them black counties that surrounded around there, Atlanta show up, they show out.
They show
Because
out.
if you look at Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, if you really want to see, there's a better map where you have where people that's concentrated. Yeah, it's mostly red, but it ain't nobody in the reds.
It's not. The more bodies are in the metropolitan places,
in those larger metropolitan areas, and they're terrified of that. But I think that Stacey Abrams is covered. And I think that she's going to show up and show out.
They're going to have to get the black churches involved too. I really think.
And now you got not Abernathy.
But him, he's a preacher at Martin Luther King's old church, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking Abernathy, but the guy that's a senator, and you know, he had that's his church.
Yeah,
he's
his church.
in Martin Luther King's church.
Yeah.
So, and what's crazy is, see, the Republicans used to go to his church and sit in his church to talk, to try to. And they would always let them in to kind of even the ground. They can't do this now.
They can't do it.
They can't do that now. That's the reason why they won. And, you know, believe it or not, you know, you can say whatever you want about Giselle and Jamal Bryant. They played a huge role.
They did. And that's what he told
He played a huge
he said,
role.
I don't see y'all out here trying to get the people to do right, doing charity work, which they could be doing it. But you're not going to try to say, I'm not a good person when I'm out here doing all this work.
Yeah.
And I
well, his argument was, one of the things that he said I thought was the most respectful thing that he said. Disagree, whatever. He said, look, because of my past, I've given, you know, a platform for this bull crap. Basically, that's what he said. But he said, you know, that's a humble statement. I've messed up so much in the past. It's easy for somebody to come on there. I can't deny that I did not have a relationship with this lady, but I was unmarried.
He's not married.
He still ain't married.
Okay, that could be a whole nother conversation. Pastors normally not married that long.
I don't know.
I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be shady. Y'all know I just be asking questions.
Look, my dad.
Really?
He was married. My dad.
Did you say 4 years?
No, 4 wives. When
he
died, he had 4 wives.
Okay.
My mother, he married my mother when he was 18. And they were married, I think, for 4 or 5 years. You know, I can't really blame that marriage. They lost 3 children in the process.
Oh, so yeah, that's hard.
It was just something that they couldn't figure out how to get back on track after those kids died. I was a product of their grief always.
Okay. Brief count.
But wasn't enough to keep them together. And shortly after my daddy was the kind of man that wanted to be married. He married a woman who had a child. I don't know what the breakdown was, but they were only married a year. I don't remember much about her because I was little. You know, I stayed with my father after my parents divorced.
Yeah. And
then my daddy married my stepmom, who I had the most memories with, and I still communicate with, love her to death. And my father had children with her. And they were married, maybe 12, 13, maybe even longer.
Wow.
Years. And then he was divorced for many years, and he got married about 4 years ago to before he died last year. And they were married maybe 3 or 4 years. It wasn't long.
But at least he stayed married, because I feel like when you're single, and I know pastors are human.
Yeah.
But don't you want to do certain things? You know what I mean?
Well, the reality is, you know, he's still a man. And,
right.
You know, people aren't waiting until they get married to have sex. Jamal Bryant and Giselle have already been married. It was his first marriage.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they're fine.
If you are for real, if you a person of, I ain't gonna say that. That's not fair. Well, it depends on how you look at your face. Let me just say that. Giselle is still his wife.
She's still his wife. Yeah.
And, you know.
But I'm talking about the other women before her.
Yeah.
You know,
he has to reconcile with that.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, there's the argument of a sin is a sin.
It is.
You know, is it heavier? What sin is heavier is fornication heavier than adultery? We may think it
Child.
is or it's not. That's how you. I no judge.
It's just how you put the weight on it. It's
Yeah.
not, and that's why I was like with Mark. You think people? I know we don't want to talk about Marcel. You think that the people are gonna even like Carlos? Because you made me think of that. Are gonna be mad at the statement he said about Mel's brother, or you think people just was like, oh well.
Oh,
That's the first thing I
something
thought
I'm
about.
surprised we didn't think about. You know
Yeah.
what? I don't. Okay. Let's have a real conversation.
Right.
Oh,
I think. Look, I have gay people in my family. If my brother was gay, that's definitely you had that conversation. Martel isn't saying there's nothing wrong with that. He said, I visited your brother. I visited him with you.
Right.
We enjoyed it. But children are impressionable, and you do have to explain things to children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tricky situation, regardless if you are a person that's run by faith or not. You have to weigh,
So if he has the
not,
children,
because I don't think he was saying he didn't want his children around him. That's not what
he didn't know.
said
His exact words. I don't want them around him as men.
all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And so you also that when she goes to Atlanta, she was staying
That's
with
who
the
she
brother.
stays with. Yeah.
And
what he said is he wants his kids to see a man and a woman.
He wants them to have that foundation.
Yeah, and yes, he's been around the brother for a long, long time, of course, but he wanted them to see a man and a woman. And so that was the part to me that says, okay, you're pretty much saying that their life is wrong, is what
I
I
don't
took
think
from it.
so. I don't think
I
that
don't
he's
know if
saying
he was.
I don't think he was saying it was wrong. I just think at this particular time, that's all he's seen. That's all the kids are seeing. Because
but does he think it's okay? Does he have his kids around that girl?
Huh?
Does he have his kids around that girl?
I don't know. She said Melody said it was too early to even think about that.
Okay.
Because his kid, is just born, I guess. But that came up though. Yeah. So I don't know that he meant it was wrong, but that's that's what he said.
Figure it out.
And so it depends on who's listening.
You think my life is wrong? He said, no, it's not a wrong or right. I just want
Right.
them to see it all. Right now,
he said that's what he wants for his kids. He said that's what he wants for his kids.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That has a child that says, I hope you grow up and be gay. I don't think there is a mother that says that. But if that is, regardless if you think it's a choice or you're born with it, and you have to deal with it and you accept it, and you might even learn to love it if that's your situation as a parent, if that's what happens. But I don't think any parent wants that for their kids.
Do you think anybody got upset? Because I don't think Carlos, I really feel like we probably shouldn't even be the people who get mad about it.
Let's be honest, most gay people will tell you, if I had a choice, I would not do this.
That's what they say. Do you think I would choose this if I had a choice?
Most gay people say that.
They do. I watch RuPaul, so I know.
What's wrong with Martel? Martel saying, I don't want that for my kids. Now, if that's the road in the life they choose or they whatever, then that's the life that I have to deal with as a parent. But
I don't think he would treat them any different. I feel like he really doesn't mind.
I don't either.
I just think because the guy told him that my kids.
Exactly. That's why.
That's why. I feel like that's why.
The guy told him that what?
He said that his husband's name is Troy, that they wanted Troy to be their daddy. And I think that kind of upset Martel.
Yes,
I don't know if the kids really said that or not. So that's really why he's like, I don't want them around.
Because matter of fact, he even explained it and said, of course, you having fun. You're at your uncle's house. I'm giving you candy. I'm entertaining you. Of course.
Get some ice cream.
But Troy was wrong to say that to Martel. So I don't blame him. I wouldn't want them around there either. You sitting up here saying,
well, no, Joy.
Joy.
I wouldn't either. If somebody come to me and tell me, my daughter gonna say, I wish you was my mama, girl, that would tear I would be hurt by that. That's a hurtful
but
statement.
you can't keep them away. I mean, I feel like my daughter, I have friends, and my daughter's friends seem like I'm like.
He said that to hurt him.
Right, but they feel like I'm the cool parent, so they be like, "Oh, I wish your mom was my mama," but then she totally different. She wish their mom was their mama. So it's
Yeah,
just
but I wouldn't tell my
say
friend
that kind of stuff.
in the middle of an argument.
Not you can't say that to that kind of stuff to Martel anyway, because he ain't happy.
So you would be okay if your kids, I'm your friend, and I said, girl, in the middle of an argument, that's why your kids
Want to be mine?
I was your mom.
Well, were they arguing?
Their mom. Yeah, he had just called him a bitch ass.
Okay, I can remember.
Are we watching the same show?
I can't remember that part. I was just shocked by the statement that he said that he wish he was his daddy. So I did all the stuff because I was like, "Ooh, you don't say that to somebody." I did agree with that. You just, I don't care if we argued or not. But, ooh, child. But I don't think that he has anything against gay people. So I just hope that.
Yeah, he said that. He said, "You know, I'm okay with that."
I will agree. I will agree on that with Martel. That I don't think he said it that way. I don't think he should have said it the way he said it. But we all say stuff we don't mean to say in certain ways that we don't mean. Even though
Is that true? Is that true, Joy?
What?
We all say things in ways we don't mean.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes we misunderstand Joy.
Yeah.
I
And
don't.
feel like
I think
sometimes
we
she
understand her
misunderstands
just
us.
fine.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
'cause I
think.
tell you,
Look,
Why we
Joy-
love her.
husband act like Martel. She be in here,
who?
sister
I
girl,
like
and it
what
up.
said. And look, I am a person. If y'all have not peeped, I'm going for the underdog.
You do. She like
I
every
go for the
underdog but
underdog.
Kenya. I done said this 3 episodes in.
She ain't the
all
underdog.
But
Okay,
Kenya.
Martel's
the
not the
underdog.
underdog. What do you? So wait, who's the underdog to you? Because it's not Kenya, it's not Martel. Who's the underdog
On what show?
on any show? Just give me a character on any of the shows we watch, and I can kind of maybe get a feel for what you.
On House of Atlanta, it would be Drew. She's the underdog.
You think so?
Oh, right now, definitely.
Why?
She's new. All of those other people are standing. And
I
you
just
could
think
even
she's
say
fighting
that
for her spot.
Latoya is
Is
the
that what you mean?
underdog.
She's
Even
fighting for her
Latoya.
spot. Drew.
Huh?
Drew's fighting for her spot.
Yes, Drew. Yeah, she's new. You know how easy and replaceable she is.
You know, Kenya said, and her Candy said that the only new people who have lasted was Kenya and Portia.
Yeah,
And nobody
I mean,
else has
yeah.
lasted new.
That's
But
for
them.
real.
Yeah. They don't last. But Phaedra, well, she wasn't the original cast, was she? And Phaedra, but she's gone
Second
too.
season.
No,
now.
the only person that lasted, it ain't none of them lasted. None of the original cast still
Not
standing.
there at all. Yeah.
Yeah, because Candy is now the longest because
She's
she
the
came in
longest.
2. She came in season 2.
So Cynthia been there for a while.
Cynthia came in season, I think 4.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard for
Season
new
4.
girls to stay on there. They
Yeah,
don't.
so I mean, think about Shamia, and I thought she was good.
And Shamia and Kenya really like each other. They was just on Instagram today
Like
talking about
Shamia.
how they
I
like each other.
actually really like Shamia. I was actually disappointed that she didn't retire. I thought she gave.
Why
a
don't you
little
think
light.
they give Shamia a peach or Marlo?
I don't think she. Not Shamia. I'm
You talking about
sorry.
Tanya?
No, what was the girl who was married to Ronnie DeVoe?
Oh, what's her name? I didn't watch it that season. Shamika?
I don't
Shamira?
remember her name.
Tamara, something
Shamira?
like that.
I didn't watch
That's who I was thinking of, not
Shamia. Okay.
Shamia. I think Shamia's. I don't think her husband is interested,
No.
and so she's like out. I was
I
thinking
think
of
Marlo might
Shamari.
get a peach next season if she wanted.
who.
Her name is
Marlo.
Shamari Fears.
I don't.
Shamari.
Marlo. I'm not really interested in Marlo. Marlo has kind of disappointed me this year.
Why? Because she like Kenya.
Well, I think she moves with the wind.
Okay.
And she seems to be moving with.
That's why
wherever-
Kenya the underdog. Because if anybody like her, they don't like nobody else.
I don't think. I mean,
But they all like her, except Drew and Portia.
Yeah, I mean, she can't be the underdog. She's there. She's on the guest team. Only one that's on really the out is Drew. Drew is the only person whose position ain't solidified. If
Drew and
any of them
Toya.
wanted to- and Toya.
Yeah.
I said that, and I said Toya. any of them could come back next season, except them, because even Marlo could come on as a friend easily.
Yeah.
But Toya and Drew, who has a peach, may not come back.
Mm-hmm.
It could very easily go another direction with them.
Oh Lord, y'all, we had a good old time. It is 3. We have been here 3 hours.
Girl,
We can't help it.
It's 8:00.
It is 8
gotta
o'clock.
go. I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Woo!
I
Well,
did.
we gonna do it again. Same bat time, same bat channel next
Same
Sunday.
that station.
station. And
Yeah.
we won't have as many shows to talk about, so we probably won't be as long. Unless I feel like we're gonna have. I really feel like Huntsville just needs to be, because it's like the hour. We take an hour on them alone. We can't help
I
it.
love them.
But since Belle's not gonna be there, what else?
Oh yeah.
Basketball Wives.
Well, next weekend we will have something to talk about with Huntsville because they're going to do some behind the scenes.
So we'll have that. I don't think they're having a reunion. Can
I
somebody
don't
find
think they
Carlos
are.
and ask him why we want a reunion? If Melody ain't gonna be there, just let her not be there. We need a reunion.
Yeah, I think Melanie is done with this show. Because I saw somebody had posted in Mel's live, it looks like the Scotts are going to lead this show. And Tish wrote they are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she did. I have a picture that I ain't showing it though. But yeah.
So, if Melanie decides to walk away, she ain't gonna have a choice, but of whether or not who's on the show. But there's allegedly a conversation saying that Oprah wouldn't dare put Ariane on there because it's too many women.
Melody said that.
Is it?
She said that in an interview.
But Oprah doesn't own anymore, so it's not Oprah's
she
call.
doesn't have. She's not majority.
Yeah, she's not majority anymore. Yeah.
but she owns. She's her name. So, but here's the question: would you all watch it if Ariane was on next season? Be honest.
I would. You know me. I watch everybody.
Girl, I would be front and center.
I would watch. You know me. I like everybody. Even if I say they bad, I still like watching them on TV.
I just want to see the dynamic. I want to see how different it is. I'll
tell you who's gonna be her best friend.
Who?
Trisha Scott. She gonna be so happy.
Ariane owns or has all the receipts on Marcel.
She does. She has all the receipts on Marcel. I really hope Marcel.
Girl, that would be a show.
You know what would have helped if Martel would have got a vasectomy with them? We'd not be here.
That's
Martel,
so
you should have went and got that vasectomy when they all went together.
Had Melanie already been pregnant?
I don't know.
I
can't remember when they all went, but all of them went together.
I remember that. Did Martel go with them now?
I don't remember him going.
Because I know that both Maurice and
Marcel.
I wonder why Maurice got a vasectomy. Because Kimmy is like 50. She wasn't having no more babies.
But maybe he didn't want to wear condoms or something. She didn't want to do birth control anymore.
Girl, at 50, what you shooting blanks at 50?
Well, J-Lo, who just had a baby?
No, you ain't.
Janet Jackson just had a baby at 50.
I mean, not shooting blanks. You shooting at unattachable eggs. I'm not
saying her eggs are scrambled.
I ain't saying that you can't get pregnant at 50. We know that's not true because you can. But the probability of a woman at 50 getting pregnant that's not doing anything to get pregnant, and what I mean by that is doing in vitro or trying, it's slim to none. It's like 1%.
But I don't think he cheating though. So why did he do it? Just to do it on the show?
I mean, you still having a cycle and stuff, but a woman to probably get pregnant at 50, girl, by herself. I ain't saying it can't.
Not by herself.
I mean, by their.
I know without drugs and med. I know.
Usually you're doing something. It's
some type of fertilization. Yeah,
it can happen. And my stepmother's friend got pregnant at 48 or 49, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Pure accident. I mean,
I can't do it.
The concept of them trying wasn't even in their head.
I can't do it at forward. I'm done. I can't
I
ever let it.
read this when I was pregnant with my daughter. I used to watch the Baby Story. Yeah, I used to watch Baby Story when you were
Yes,
pregnant.
and I'll be like, how they have them babies and love them afterwards. I always felt that way, but I hadn't had a
It's
baby.
this lady that had breast cancer and in her 30s. She had met her husband. Her husband was a little bit younger than her, but she had gotten cancer shortly after they got married. And she had to get chemo and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know, after you have that, without now they take this other drug if you want to get pregnant again. But back then they didn't know that it kind of kills the probability
your
of you
stuff,
getting
yeah.
pregnant. Doesn't happen, but 9 times out of 10 it does. And this lady, she was now like in her mid 40s. She had reconciled in her head that they would never be parents, and they were like super aunt and uncles. You know how you know
No.
they were everybody's godparents
Mhm.
because they love kids and they had all these toys and things at the house and they love to babysit kids. They had become super aunt and uncle to everybody. She's like 45 years old and she started getting sick. She thought the breast cancer was bad.
Oh God, she was pregnant.
Girl, she go to the hospital and find out that she's 6 months pregnant.
I would die.
And when her husband found out, they were in such shock. You know, when you're at 45, you have to take all these tests. She was like, you ain't taking no test. I don't care what this baby.
You have to take the
This
Down
baby
syndrome type of
died.
test, all that, yeah.
That woman had that baby and that baby was healthy. You talking about a bluthering.
I would have cried.
Girl, I was crying that whole episode because because they show them having this baby. You know, it's one thing to get pregnant and you know, you see this baby, you love this baby, but girl, you could feel it. It was radiating through the television. The love to her and her husband and how happy they was. And girl, every time I think about that, I want to tear up.
So that could have been Kimmy and Maurice.
I'm surprised, you know, Timmy's a little older, but you know, I'm surprised he wouldn't have wanted to have another child
with her. Yeah.
But that, you know, I know with her plight, you know, I got a kid that's in college.
He's gone. Like, we're done. We're gonna travel.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm done. I'm ready to travel the world and do things. My daughter's about to be in go after that happened. I'm ready.
I wonder why they never show Monster anymore too.
I don't know. His mama might
because he was there. Yeah,
he stayed with them.
He was digging and someone maybe, but the only thing I could think of is maybe summer came and maybe he was home in Detroit with his mom. Mm-hmm. Or Michigan. I don't think it was Detroit.
I don't know. I'm grubbing.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. We've been out here too long.
I love talking to y'all crazy people. Well, all right, y'all. I'm gonna try to put this on YouTube if I can figure it out.
All right. So,
all right. Y'all be good.
Figure it out. Call.
Yeah, I might have to get you. Yeah, I might get with you. Be good.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for chattering up with us, everyone.
Thank you. Same time next week. Not this long, though.
No, not this. We won't be this long.